Previously on Twin Portals.
In our last episode, SWOJ recovered from their encounter on the Hand of the Godcatcher in their new home base, Trollskull Manor. There they met with several friends, acquaintances, and frenemies as they planned their next move to restore the manor and turn it into a source of income for SWOJ. They accepted a mission from Scoot's old crewmate, Leah, who entrusted them with a call for help from the Stoutfellow farm, just east of Waterdeep. The Stoutfellows, as well as their neighbors, the Zubers, were dealing with nightly attacks by enchanted, evil scarecrows, and the Zubers had their own problem, a missing family member. Come midnight, our heroes brought flame and steel to bear upon the scarecrows, earning their first official paycheck as the Silver Waves of Justice.
Breathe, Matthias. You good?
Yes.
You ready?
Sure. Hey everybody! Welcome back. It's Twin Portals time. This is my peppy intro to a very high energy and certainly highly entertaining podcast. How's everyone doing?
Great.
We're gonna cut all this out.
This is all going to be cut. Just so yeah. Every second of this is going away. Hey, Matthias, where did we leave off?
Well, we left off, I believe, in the Stoutfellow vineyard. You guys had just taken a long rest following your midnight escapades dealing with scarecrows. You set fire to a good chunk of the orchard. But there wasn't, it was mostly just like fallow ground. It wasn't like the money-making trees and vines and stuff. So that nobody's like really pissed off at you. In fact, they're all the Stoutfellows and their crew that you saw back at midnight are very appreciative. They gave you a really nice place to stay within the sort of cottage farmhouse where the two Stoutfellows live. And you're waking up now. It's a bright, sunny day. It smells good outside. It smells like kind of grapes, like they're crushing wine outside or something. And
Feeling even more powerful than we were the night before.
Yes, you all have had the most amazing sleep.
Very restful beds.
Yeah, I don't know if you want to describe that now or like just kind of mechanically speaking, you're all level 3, so.
Yay!
What does that mean?
What does that mean? It's more of a metaphysical thing, but it might also have numerical benefits.
Your spreadsheet got another column.
Scoot, you wake up with a strange marking on your shoulder.
Oh God, I do.
I don't know if you'd like to describe that.
Okay, yeah. So I had this deep Chalice pendant, that I found at the bottom of the sea palm, and apparently that was not just about deep Chalice. It seemed to imbue the power of the sea plum in it, and so while I was wearing that thing, this marking suddenly appears on my shoulder. It's a dolphin. I have a dolphin tattoo.
How detailed?
It's probably it probably gets more attention than it should.
Okay.
This is the first time.
Colorful?
Way more colorful than Scoot's comfortable with.
Cool.
Does it sparkle?
Yeah. There's definitely sparkles. Sparkles. I picture a dolphin jumping out of the water. Lisa Frank sky in the background.
Yes.
And an anime eye.
Gods truly work in mysterious ways.
So whenever we have official fan art again, that's what's going to be rolling up on Scoot's right outer shoulder.
So it's like cheerful anime dolphin, and then just like grim, succinct Scoot face.
Just
bearded.
Yeah, and because of this, in my level uppedness, I think for the people who rock the player's handbook, I'm going the path of the totem warrior, and my spirit is going to be the dolphin. And so Scoot is starting to look a little bit grayer, like a shinier gray than he was before. He was always kind of a green tinted orc, but now the light's catching it a little bit different for some reason. So. And that's how I woke up.
Zay, you finally had some time out in nature, so like out in the moonlight, under the stars for like a day, like you're really feeling back in tune with this more primordial feeling, I assume?
I absolutely am. To the point where I feel like I'm ready, I'm prepared to throw some sparkle bombs, also known as fairy fire. Sort of as maybe an homage. I was inspired by his tattoo.
Hey, what a great idea.
Yeah. And then Ilka, you're kind of like, your memories are starting to come back to you. There's all kinds of lore that you were taught.
Yeah, so as I've been resting and coming into myself, I'm remembering some time back when I was alive the first time, where, I had grown up in this family and they really had some intentions to steer me a certain way, and my grandfather was having none of that and managed to get me off to the Bardic College of Lore rather than going maybe the evil path. And
the Bardic College of Villainy.
Right. Yep, as one does. So, so Ilka's spent a lot of time studying in storytelling and really weaving these word pictures in the lyrics of her music, and those pieces are definitely starting to come back.
Right. And then Lark, you, after getting knocked out for the 7th time?
Something like that.
In like 3 days? Something's clicked in your head?
I had an epiphany that I had been sort of idolizing the Rat Man and thinking about being a vigilante, and I had this kind of silver ferret identity.
Yeah.
But really, I think that Rowan Crooks is the guy that I should model myself after. So, I've chosen the swashbuckler path.
Nice.
Yeah.
Like you signed the form, sent them in the Swashbucklers Union. And...
No, I think it was more like it was that's a meta talk. Swashbuckler really for Lark it is that he's like Rowan Crooks. Clearly, I should have been Rowan Crooks. Yeah, he's got fencing training as a noble, as a young noble, and this mixed. He's gonna try to find a fancy hat.
Nice.
Yeah.
Great.
Ooh, you should make one out of the poster.
He still loves the Rat Man.
Okay.
It's still mint.
Spend the entire episode finding you a fancy hat.
I'm in. So you hear a knock on the door after you all kind of wake up and take account of your situation. Lark, you're feeling substantially better. Those healing potions had a really good effect on you. You're a little bit hungover. I think Ilka, you too. You also drank some. But you're awakened by a knock on the door. And you hear the voice of Mary Stoutfellow. Mary Stoutfellow, who one of the owners of the Stoutfellow Vineyard. And she says, "Hello, are you in there? How are you doing?
I'm feeling way better, Mary. Thanks.
Can I come in?"
Absolutely. Come right on in. We're going to make breakfast, and I've been writing a song all night long. I'm going to play it for you.
Oh, that's wonderful. And she sweeps into the room. She has a big bundle thrown over her shoulder. She's got kind of an apron on. It's covered in like grape stains, like she's been working already for part of the morning. She says, I would love to hear it. First, I have some things for you that I grabbed out in the field. Ooh. And she throws the sack down and pulls out this sickle that seems to be kind of like glowing a little bit, like there's some sort of condensation on it that's kind of like rippling up and down the edge of the sickle. She says, most of those scarecrows burned up when you fought them, but we were going through the remnants trying to figure out where they came from. We didn't find any clues, so to speak, but we did find one of their claws seemed to be enchanted with some sort of a wind spell or something. So I think this belongs to you now, since you took care of them.
Sweet.
Zay takes it from Mary and starts inspecting it.
Okay. And it looks like there's kind of these beads of condensation that keep forming on the tip of this sickle and kind of dripping off of it. It's definitely magical, but it takes some time to figure out what it is. So
I'm gonna stand up from where I am, many cups in of wine, and come on over with one of them and hold it under the dripping sickle and see if anything happens when it drops into the wine. Yeah,
it splashes, but the splash is like it's almost like a much heavier, bigger object fell into the wine, and like a couple feet out, like some gets on your face.
Neat.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Very neat.
Like as if like a shot of air was like right into the surface of the wine.
Neil deGrasse Tyson's gonna kill us for that.
Magic.
And she says, "Thank you again for what you did last night. Everyone has been talking about your efforts. They're all so appreciative. Anything that we can do to help you before you go on your way, just let me know." And she also, from this bag, she pulls out three small bags of gold. She says, 60 gold per scarecrow. So that would be 180 pieces for you. I hope that's enough.
Wow.
I would also be happy to set up a contract with you for our wines if you want a discount. You're welcome here anytime.
Yeah, we would love a discount on the wines. Actually, we're about to open a new tavern in the North Ward.
Haunted tavern.
A haunted tavern in the North Ward.
It will have the best music every night.
Oh,
And
yes.
now it will have the best wine.
Well, let's hear that song, Ilka. You don't have to actually sing a song.
What's
the song?
Ilka is ecstatic and scrambles back over to the corner. She's a little less dignified than usual and kind of perches half on, half off the table with her concertina and faintly swaying stares down, what's her name?
Mary.
And sings this glorious, glorious ode to wine.
Oh, nice.
Roll performance. D20.
I'm real drunk. It's not. It's not there.
It's not going to be their new jingle.
11.
11. She cracks a wide grin and just nods appreciatively, like she's not expecting like a virtuosic performance at 9 a.m. after what you've been through. So she really appreciates it. She says, "That's beautiful. I hope you can come back and play sometime."
Just a side note here, Scoot. Do we know what you saw?
When I asked about it, it was a different farm, right? I saw
Was that the Zuber farm?
It was the
Zuber farm, and you said it was 60 feet or so down.
You saw a flash of light at about chest level, about 60 feet to the east, towards the Zuber farm.
Yeah,
Yep.
and that's all the information we had.
So did you share that with us?
I'd asked
We
whoever
were
came
there.
up.
Okay,
If it was
okay.
Mary who came up, yes, everyone was there and saw it. And then heard that explanation. So yeah, everyone should have their knowledge.
Right.
Okay, cool. Thanks. I'm a little nervous, Mary, that maybe there will be more scarecrows. I don't know if these are the only ones. If they're being specifically enchanted by someone, like, is there anyone maybe that that would have ill will towards Stoutheart Farms? Startfellow Farms? Startfellow Farms?
I think I might have said Stoutheart one or two times.
Stoutfellow.
Stoutfellow.
Stoutfellow Farms is what I meant to say, Mary.
Yeah. Mary furrows her brows and kind of takes a couple steps forward and just says, I like to think we're all better than this, but if I was being realistic, I would not be surprised if the Zubers are trying to maintain their monopoly on the wine business.
I kind of thought that too.
Those scoundrels.
I mean, they seem like decent halflings. Most halflings are known for their forthrightness and their trustworthiness.
Absolutely.
But, the Zuber family, they have their interests.
Do they have magical ability to enchant a scarecrow?
Oh, they're very wealthy. If not them, then somebody under their retainer, I'm sure.
Well, maybe we should go over and talk to them first. But before we do, I would love to sign something about a wine discount.
Yes, of course. I could offer you a cut rate. Let's say, as long as you work exclusively through us, maybe a half off discount. We provide directly to you. You're very close to us in the North Ward, so we'd be happy to stop by on our trips through the town every tour of the city.
So that would be half off the wholesale price?
Yes,
Whoa,
an amazing deal. I know.
that's fantastic. Well, I don't know. What do we think about this?
Seems pretty good.
Say, let's seal it with a hug. And I run up and I hug Mary.
Oh, and she hugs you back. She says, our current edition is all themed around the Sea Maidens Fair, as long as they're in town. So it's all sorts of Zardoz Zord themed wines. Do you know him?
Yes.
It's very popular, so I'm sure it'll go off well in the North Ward too. He's slowly spreading across the city word of his show and his parade. So I'm really happy to hear that you guys are going to be working with us. That's amazing.
We love it.
In honor of this, I will title my song "A Sack of Stoutfellow."
Sack of Stoutfellow. That could be one of our new ales. We're branching off into ales as well. So
This is
Sack of
fantastic.
Stoutfellow. Thank you, Ilka. Thank you, all of you.
Well, I think we're gonna go over and talk to the Zubers. If you run into more issues with scarecrows, please just
Send us a pigeon.
Send a pigeon to SWOJ headquarters.
And I'll tell the Emerald Enclave too. We contacted them originally, you see. I'll tell them about what you did. I'm sure they might want to work with you more in the future too. So thank you for coming so quickly.
Thank you, Mary.
Please don't let the Zubers know that I talked about them. I'd like to keep things friendly between us.
Absolutely.
My lips are sealed.
Thumbs up. and she bustles off quickly to get back to work again.
Should we head over to the Zubers?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think it might be interesting to go see what they were up to last night.
Okay. It's
If
about a half an hour trip just across the road and across the main thoroughfare and down the road.
I mean, certainly they must have seen the fires, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep, and everyone who's working on the Zuber farm now is kind of watching you with renewed interest as well. Like, word has quickly spread between the farms about what happened last night. These scarecrows are very real. No one really believed it, but now it's like, wow, there's magical creatures attacking in the night. And these folks can deal with them, so they're all kind of like, cheering you on and giving you like thumbs ups and okay symbols and like Waterdeep equivalent of that.
Ticker
So-
tape.
Yeah.
Underlings seem to be. You said now we've reached the Zuber farm.
Yep.
So Zuber underlings or hirelings seem to have been genuinely scared that scarecrows could come to their farm.
Seems to be the case.
Okay.
Yep, and so you roll up to the main establishment, the tasting hall. Gift shop is there, it's open. What do you do?
What's it look like? Anybody around?
It's the same 3 employees inside through the gift shop that you can see from outside. There's a new reward poster for Dasher Zuber outside since Lark took the last one. Yeah.
Did we find Dasher Zuber? Did we ever look for him?
No, we haven't looked for him.
never looked for Dasher.
He's in the city.
Yeah, we think he's in
That's
Waterdeep.
right.
We have said that we are going to find him.
Oh, good.
Yeah, 500 gold reward. That's like half the expenses of
All right.
tavern going.
So let's go say we couldn't find him, and do they have any more information yet?
This is just last night that we talked to them, Scoot.
Yeah, it's been a long night.
Sure. All right, I'll let you take the lead.
Oh,
Scoot, be my guest.
All right.
That's a great plan.
All right, I roll to the bar. Hi, we're back.
Right, and the same kind of nonplussed, like unenthusiastic bartender is like, "Oh, welcome back." She's a human. She's kind of watching you. She's looking at your shoulder. Be like, "That's a change."
Yeah, it was a weird night last night.
Oh yeah, because you have on just like straps, like you don't have a shirt. We would have all seen this tattoo.
Yeah, it's pretty out there.
Blazing, sparkly rainbow glory.
Yeah.
I feel like we would have already had a conversation about this. Scoot, where did you get that?
Shh.
It's beautiful.
Thank you, Zay. Lark, we'll talk about this later.
Sorry.
We were.
She's like, "The scarecrows do that to you, or what?" I heard you were pretty busy last night, so it must have been a rush job.
We'll
offense.
say yes. We'll say yes. The scarecrows did it.
She's grinning at this point. She's like, "Great, well, good
All right.
choice. My
Yes.
name's Tula."
Hey, hi Tula. I'm Scoot. That's Lark. He talks sometimes.
That's great. What are you here for?
We're still interested in Dash. We had to run in with some scarecrows. We weren't able to make Dasher our immediate priority because some scarecrows jumped us. Those scarecrows aren't going to be around anymore. Did you heard about that?
Yeah, I didn't know if it was true or not, but I mean, you guys are here and you look kind of beat to shit. So
My shoulder looks great.
sorry, these two. No, the rest of them, you look great, Miss.
Oh, thank you.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to be rude.
So we spoke yesterday to Dasher's mother about any insight she might have to trying to find him, and I was just wondering, as someone who works here, if you might have any information and Mom wouldn't know.
Roll
That might help.
investigation or persuasion, I guess. Try to get it open up.
19 plus.
Nice. 19 plus is more than enough. So she kind of leans over and says, Dasher didn't like telling his mom this, but he would always talk to me about this place he would go in the city called the Hole in the Wall. I assume it's a tavern of some kind. I've never been there myself. I usually stay out here or in the North Ward. But he said it was somewhere, towards the heart of the city. He would go there and hang out with his halfling buddies.
I was wondering if that sounds like a sort of halfling establishment.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's kind of the vibe that I got too.
Well, thank you.
So yeah, if that helps at all,
Is Blossom around today?
She is, yeah. Yep. I haven't seen her yet, but I assume she's up in the office.
I had some questions for her about the scarecrows.
Oh, yeah, since you took care of them, I can go get her again.
Yeah, I would love that.
Yep, and she runs back up the stairs, and it's maybe like 10 minutes, so you kind of have to wait. So you think that they're not going to come back out again. Blossom comes huffing down the stairs. She looks somewhat irritated. She sees you all again, and she lightens up a little bit. She says, "You're back. Do you have information?"
All hail the conquering heroes.
Hi, Blossom.
Where's my son?
Well, we haven't gone back into Waterdeep yet, but we have good news. Tell him, Lark.
We got rid of the scarecrows.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you for getting me to tell me that you did that.
Well, I thought you were maybe concerned that it might come across the
yes.
road and into your
Yes,
farm.
I was. Yes, I am. You're right.
There's a thing to figure out if we think she's lying, right?
Insight.
Yes.
Insight.
Yeah, I'm watching this really
You
carefully.
can roll insight if you want. Yeah.
I was thinking about it.
I
Mine's
feel like
bad.
we don't need to roll insight.
Right.
21.
It's very obvious to all of you
And
that she is not comfortable with this conversation, and she looks very tired.
And then the last one, and I'm like, I can't seem to hide that I'm suspicious here.
It's like the towering storm cloud over her mouth.
Yeah.
Like,
The dolphin gets a scowl.
yes.
Oh,
Tattoo.
Can the dolphin be animated?
Of course.
Oh,
Mood dolphin.
it's a mood dolphin tattoo.
Does he reflect your moods or?
I think so.
Okay.
So you can never hide
like
your mood
independent.
anymore.
Oh God.
Like this furrowed eyebrow appears over the anime
The
eye.
one eye.
Like a little like X thing over its head, like a frustration thing.
Or maybe just the eyes change, so everything else stays the same. But now it's an angry anime.
D&D is a beautiful game.
Oh, okay. That was. I don't know if that was worth interrupting for, but
She's just staring at you like she's like, what? As you're all like,
we had 40 seconds where we just stopped talking.
yep.
Okay.
So we're just really excited that now the Stoutfellow Farm is under the protection of the Silver Waves of Justice. And we're hoping you could, spread the word so that...
She starts like ringing her fingers, and like you notice because you're all like really watching her that like it's this one ring on her finger that she's like kind of like rubbing like worriedly. And she says, yes, I'm very glad. I hope you can come. If any more scarecrows show up, I hope that you can, please take care of them quickly.
Oh, we will. Yeah.
Ooh, is there any reason to believe more scarecrows will come?
Well, I don't know. I mean, you said I heard you fought 3 of them.
It felt like more.
I mean, they could keep coming, if they're being summoned or coming from the hills. Who knows?
Have they affected your farm?
No, not yet. They haven't made it across the road.
Curious.
There's the guard presence on the road. I assume that they're just playing their cards right.
So, Blossom, I'm just going to say, one of those scarecrows hurt me really bad. Like, I was seriously injured.
That's very unfortunate, Lark.
Yeah, I know, and I appreciate your sentiment. And I'm just going to say that I really, really hope that no more scarecrows show up. Blossom.
Are you, like, intimidating her? Or,
Yeah, sure.
Roll it.
It is. It's an 8. He's not a very intimidating guy.
She leans in towards you
Oh no.
and says, is that a threat? Are you trying to smear my name?
I didn't say anything of specifically accusing you, but I'm having a conversation. You and I are having a conversation here about the scarecrows. Blossom.
I step up next to Lark at this point. Great axe. Tunk on the ground. We really like them across the way, so if there's anything you can do to make sure no more scarecrows show up, we'd appreciate
At this point, 2 of the bartenders just like wide-eyed and kind of like grinning, watching this all go down. Blossom says, look, I have friends in very high places, and if this was some sort of a threat, I can assure you they would hear about it. The Wave Silver family certainly would. Now, I suggest you all leave.
If you have nothing to do with the scarecrows, then you have no reason to feel threatened right now.
Look, people don't come into my house and talk to me this way, okay? You can go. Tula, why are they still in here? Tula just shrugs. She's enjoying it.
Hey, Blossom, before we go, I have a question about the ring that you're wearing.
She has many rings on.
This is one in particular, right here.
The picture of the scarecrow on it.
No, it doesn't have a scarecrow. Actually,
I'm totally kidding.
she holds her hand up for a second. Says, "These are family heirlooms."
This one right here too.
Which one?
The one. This. I point to whichever one she's been fiddling with the whole time.
the really well rubbed silver one.
Yeah.
As you see it more clearly, it has a symbol on it, which if you're looking, anybody who's looking at it would recognize as the same 3-pointed hoof-shaped sort of symbol from the God Catcher that was painted on all the walls in blood.
Okay.
Oh.
Same sort of thing. And she just furrows her brows and says, I don't know what you're talking about.
We've seen that symbol before.
Why are you still here?
I'm going to lay my cards on the table, Blossom. We saw something last night that leads us to believe that the scarecrows are being sent by someone. They're being, like, manipulated by someone to attack the Stoutfellow farm. And I'm not making any accusations here, but you do have a competitive business relationship with the Stoutfellows. And we just want to make sure that things stay safe here. We're going to go look for Dasher. We're going to bring him back. All that's good.
When you say that, she brightens up considerably.
We're going to go find Dasher. We're going to bring him back. But in the meantime, and really forever, not just in the meantime, no scarecrows should attack the Stoutfellows.
And no sailors should be kidnapped and sacrificed. Just gonna throw that out there.
Yeah! And great accent again.
She's just, at this point, just pretty baffled. And she looks really uncomfortable. She says, why don't you come up to my office? She kind of glares at Tulip.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. I march right up.
The rest of you do.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, we're not leaving him up there alone.
And she storms up the stairs to this private office, very gaudy, very well dressed.
I storm louder just to make a point.
The ground shakes.
Just a little bit loud.
Spoon is actually threatened.
Yeah, and she's feeling, you can tell she's very overwhelmed by the different emotions going on right now, and she kind of breaks down when she gets into her office. She starts kind of weeping and holding her head, and she says, look, I never wanted to get involved in any of this. I wanted to keep our monopoly on the wine business in Waterdeep, you know, and the Stoutfellows are doing so well. I didn't know what I could do, and suddenly I was given this ring, and I wasn't sure what would happen when I used it. But then these scarecrows started attacking, and it didn't seem like anybody was getting killed. So I thought maybe it would just bring down their business to a point where we could push them out or buy them out. And so I'm so sorry. I'm a monster.
I move over to Blossom and I start patting her hand that doesn't have the ring on it.
She kind of twitches, but then settles down a little bit. She
She
says, "Look, all I want is to find my son. I've been a wreck ever since he went missing. If you really mean that you're going to find him, I would be happy to reward you. I promise. I swear, I will stop using this thing. You can have it if you want."
Yes, please.
Can you tell us more about the person who gave it to you? Or how you acquired it?
Yes, I was given it at a soiree in the city. By a strange man. He, let's see, my notes.
Did he say anything when he gave it to you?
He did not. He gave it. It was an aging tiefling in a black suit with thin rimmed glasses, and he gave it to me at a soiree at the Castellanter Villa.
Castle lanterns again.
He told me it would be useful, but that was all he said.
How did you find out it would summon scarecrows?
I just rubbed it, and then a few days later, the scarecrows started attacking, and over the course of the next couple of weeks, I started to realize that there was a connection.
Have you summoned anything else?
No. I mean, when I used it, there was a sort of a magical aura that shot from it into the sky, and then that night the scarecrows attacked, and it followed a similar pattern.
Were you out in the field last night?
I was, yes.
Were you alone?
Yes.
Insight on that one. Just to see. 11. Do I believe her? Oh, shit.
Yeah, seems like she's telling the truth.
All right. Yeah?
Did she give me the ring?
So she slips it off the finger, and as she's about to give it to you, as soon as it leaves her finger, it instantly crumbles to dust in the air.
Oh, cool!
Whoa.
And she takes a step back and jumps, and she's pretty scared at this point. She's like, I don't even know what I'm mixed up in right now, please.
Can I detect magic on that dust, or is it gone?
Yeah.
It just got snapped.
Roll investigation. You can just cast the spell, and as you do that...
15.
15.
Since
So
I'm right next to her, I'm going to try to gather all the dust in a tiny pile for her to concentrate on.
you sense a dissipating aura of conjuration magic from the dust. but it actually winks out of existence after a few seconds. It kind of just burns and then disappears.
So, and we kind of all see this. We're all surprised by it.
Yes. It means bright, like it's almost like embers, and it kind of vanishes.
Our concern may be with the person who gave you this ring. It sounds like they have very ill intent.
That seems to be the case, or at least some sort of grudge against the Stout Fellows. It seems like it was a targeted gift.
Or the ring might just manifest whatever the bearer wants.
Here's what I would like. I would like you to continue to have your normal relations with this aging drow person. But I would also like you to let us know about what's going on. If you have any more contact, you're kind of doing... We're going to go get your son. We're going to make sure he's safe. We're going to get him back. But we would also like to hear about this other person.
In return, you won't tell anyone about this, about the scarecrows, about the ring.
I won't tell anybody about the ring because it doesn't exist anymore.
Well,
Our story about the scarecrows will not involve your name.
Yeah.
That's a deal. That's fair.
But you have to tell people there were way more scarecrows. We took out like 12.
She takes out a notebook and writes down 12 scarecrows.
Okay. And that Lark fell down fighting 9 of them.
She starts to get impatient. She's like, are we done?
Yeah, we're done.
Thanks, Blossom. I'm glad that
Bye,
we
Blossom.
understand each other.
Make good choices.
Feeling is mutual.
We'll go find your kid.
Please find my son quickly.
We will. I'm going to, on our way out...
Bye, Blossom.
Yeah, bye, Blossom. Are there any fancy hats at the gift shop?
There are. They're all in the Zuber colors, which are purple and white, I think I said. I don't remember. Purple and white, and there's a big Z on it.
That's pretty cool.
Yep. Yeah, it's like a Z with like the end that kind of curls up into like a road disappearing over into a horizon.
Do any of them have a feather?
You can't wear that down the way, though.
I can't. Oh, yeah.
It's still,
None of them have feathers.
All right, I'm not going to get one of the hats here.
They're all very heavily branded.
Yeah. I mean, I'm with you, and I want to support you in your quest for a hat.
Thanks, Scoot.
But I think we have a really good ally in the Stout Fellows.
Yeah.
And kind of a halfway jerk of an ally here. So.
Yep.
So,
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
All right, should we head back to town?
Yeah.
All right.
Going to the hole in the
So
wall?
you make it back to the main road. Terry's waiting for you on the cart.
Oh, dear.
And he's very slow moving at this point. Like his jaw, he's kind of got lockjaw. He's not like bloating or anything yet, but like he's definitely like deteriorating physically. Like his muscles, his musculature.
What are we going to do about this?
We got to get him a new body.
And it kind of takes a couple tries before he's able to like kick the horses into gear. His hands are very stiff and slow moving. But you make your way back up the road, around the city to the north and through the north gate. Back towards Trollskull Manor, I assume?
I don't know. Do we just go right to the hole in the wall?
I say hole in the wall.
Okay, it's like about noon when you get to the city. So
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
you ask Terry where the hole in the wall is. He takes out his sending stone. Or he still has his sending stone, right?
He does
take
still
him?
have his
Yeah.
Okay.
There's been a lot of argument about whether or not we should take his sending stone away from
We
him.
decided to
Well, he's
leave
got a
it.
fancy sending stone too, where you can like swipe it and like get directions to places.
Oh,
It's one of the newer versions.
Zuko.
He would.
Yeah.
He can't even use it right. He doesn't have control over his body anymore.
Again, it takes a while, and he's like, "Guys, don't worry, I'll figure it out." And it's like, the buttons
It's
are
like-
so small on this thing. I can't.
I love the idea that his fingerprint won't work anymore, so he's got to try to use Face ID, which is hard because he can't move his face.
So we could be
The
like,
cheekbones are slowly getting visible under the skin.
we could be arguing about which way. I can't believe you took the King's Road at this time of day, Terry. I couldn't get the screen up.
Didn't it warn you that there were delays?
I'm feeling just a warm-hearted sympathy for Terry that we have this bond now.
I am halfway between entertained that he's having such struggles and just annoyed that he's having. Come on, what are we gonna do? We have to figure something out.
Could we go by, say, like a hospital or something and try to get a
look for a
body
fresh
from him?
corpse.
Look for
Ooh, a psych ward.
Whoa!
Wait a minute.
They don't need their body anymore.
Dark. You suggest that out loud, and Terry's like, "Look, man, I really don't want to like kill somebody. That's not what I do."
You did it for like 2 episodes.
What? I think you got me all wrong, man.
Fine.
I rode around in a cart for 2 episodes. 2 drunken episodes. That's what I call my nights.
2 drunken episodes.
Yeah.
Are you bent on like a humanoid body? You ever want to be a dog or something?
Hey, that's a good idea.
That's fun.
Dogs
I've never
don't
tried
matter.
it. I don't know if I can fit into a dog's head, but we could give it a shot. Sounds like
Is
fun.
there a larger animal we can?
A horse. Then you can pull the cart, Terry.
But then he can't. Well, then he can talk to Scoot and Zay. Nobody else.
And then we can have a sending stone. This solves a lot of problems.
Can't we go with a hoof?
He's like, well, I do like to retain some bodily autonomy, but I'd be willing to try it.
Yeah, you can have all the horse bodily autonomy you want.
Man, our ethics are getting real squishy.
A horse? What can we find a dog? Like a dog?
Big dog.
Yeah.
Teeth.
You want to search for a dog on the way?
No, we gotta go get Dasher.
Let's go to the
We can
hole
just,
in the
like,
wall.
keep an eye
and
out
Keep
for
an eye
it.
out for it. Yeah.
Yeah.
A dog on our way.
Okay.
A large dog.
There's gonna be like a tavern dog. I bet that they feed scraps in the alley.
So you get to the hole in the wall, and you make your way through the north ward, down the high road, and then to the west, until you come to the God Catcher statue again. But on the ground level again, and you're on the main thoroughfare coming around and not the alley where you fell down before. And you see that at the base of this statue, there are a few inns and taverns built into it, including a smaller one, with a lower set ceiling, with a sign hanging outside that says, "The Hole in the Wall." The windows are all about 4 feet off the ground, 3 to 4 feet off the ground. It's definitely a halfling-sized establishment.
Oh man.
What do you do? Terry pulls up.
Can Scoot fit in it?
Yeah, I guess I am only 5'10".
You could lean down and kind of crunch down. And you're not really sure what the inside is like. This is just the external facade. So
Lark, do you have the poster with? It did have Dasher's picture on it.
Yes. Here it is. I hand it to Zay.
Thank you. Should I? I'm wondering. I don't want to like flash it around just in case he's deliberately hiding from his parents. So I'm going to study the picture and discreetly try to enter the hole in the wall.
okay, just you or everyone?
I think maybe just me to begin with.
Yeah, I'll stand outside for
I'm fine with that too.
Okay,
We'll
so
probably have some conversation to go with Terry still. Seems like
Yeah.
there's some things that need to be worked out.
I need to admire Scoot's tattoo.
Yeah, I'll go on a covert mission just to see if I can.
sure.
I'm finally sobering up a smidge.
Yeah.
Scoot is leaning up against the structure, his right shoulder against the wall.
So no one can see your tattoo?
Yeah.
So you push your way in, and the place is pretty quiet. It's a really, really cozy tavern. There's just the 2 windows, and then it kind of extends back almost like into the statue of the God Catcher. So it kind of transitions from wood walls into stone walls, and there's lots of like little stone alcoves kind of carved in with booths and whatnot. And there's not many people in there. There's maybe like 5 patrons and a bartender, and most of them glance up and look at you as you come in. And the bartender says, "Hello, friend. Beautiful day."
It is. Hail and well met. I'm going to go over to him and ask what the special is.
The special today is some Stout Fellow wine. It's the newest stuff just in from their farm. It's a Zardoz's Fancy. It's this really great stuff. You really like it. It's got all kinds of berries and citruses.
Yeah, I'll
really nice
I'll have some
mouthfeel.
of that.
Oh crap! She's gonna
I'd
get
love
drunk, and
to
we're never
fill
gonna
my
hear from
mouth.
her again.
And he serves you like a big, like a human-sized glass of it. He's like, "We only serve the right amounts here." So
Man after my own heart.
throws it down the bar towards you. Says, "What brings you to the hole in the wall so early?"
Well, the other night I ran into this very handsome young halfling just right outside of the hole in the wall, and I never caught his name, but I was hoping that maybe I would run into him again. He had short, curly brown hair, and we talked for a long time, and he told me that this is one of his favorite places to come, but that he actually lives on a farm just outside of town.
Roll persuasion.
11?
Okay, the bartender kind of furrows his brows a little. Says, "You're looking for a curly-haired halfling." You just described like every halfling.
That's what I
here.
was like, no, I wish I had gotten his name. I could have
Yeah.
posted on Misconnection.
I mean, if you give me your name, I could keep an eye out for him tonight and ask around.
I would love that. My name is Zay.
All right. Well, Zay, I'll ask every curly-haired fellow I see who's single if they recognize you. Anything else I can do for you?
Well, we specifically spoke of, we both had a mutual friend named Tula, which was, what a strange name that is. So he would maybe remember that also he knows someone named Tula. I don't have very many details to go on.
Wait, so you know somebody named Tula, and you know that he knows somebody named Tula?
It was a
But you
very
didn't really talk
meandering conversation.
Oh, I
No, we
see.
talked a lot. I just
Okay.
forgot to get his name.
Oh, I see. Those misconnections, right? It's
Right? Ugh.
And he says, hey, any of you guys know somebody named Tula? And the other halflings are like, Tula? Doesn't sound like a halfling name. No, sorry, no. Sorry, Vaniel. And he's like, nah, sorry, nobody knows him.
All right. Well, maybe I'll. When do you start to get busy? Maybe I'll check back later tonight.
Sure, after the sun sets, 8 o'clock or so.
Okay. What's your name again, sir?
My name's Vaniel. Last name? Vaniel Hilltopple.
Of the family Hilltopple?
Yes.
I don't know any of them.
They're from far away. I'm kind of a immigrant. You know what I'm saying?
Me too. I do. Which is why I've been, so excited to make other halfling friends.
And
New to Waterdeep.
He grins widely, and he's a pretty attractive guy. And he says, like, it's almost like flirtatiously. He's like, well, it's really great to meet you, Zay. I hope you come back.
I will. I'm going to drink all of my human-sized wine.
Like both hands.
Yeah, and then with a big grin, I'm going to sneak back out the door. Because now Zay's never been flirted with before. This is new.
Oh, are you going to pay for it?
I already did.
Okay.
At some point.
Did we split that 180 gold pieces? Is that what happened? Let's just say
Do you
that
have like a
we did.
treasurer? Is somebody keeping all the gold?
We put all the bags in the bag of holding.
We have a bag of holding?
Yeah, it has the
you
unicorn
used
in
very
it.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah,
It's
there
45
might,
apiece.
there might still be a slice of pie in
Yeah,
there.
can we just keep... Yeah, can we just each
45
take
each?
45 gold pieces?
Sure.
Sure,
Okay.
that sounds good. Because then I can have paid for my wine.
So Zay, you walk out the door, and everyone's like dividing the gold out on the street.
No, Terry, you don't get any.
It's like,
You're
oh.
going to be a dog soon. You're
Yeah.
old.
Your gift
But it's
is
still me.
your gift is our friendship.
I'll give you some.
I thought this was like an equanimous relationship. I was part of SWOJ.
Yeah,
guys.
yeah, you are. I'll split mine with you, Terry.
Thanks, Lark.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Terry, look at your fingers. You can't even pick up a gold piece.
Well, Lark, can you give me a hand?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll slide the gold into his,
Thanks.
into his trousers.
Thanks. I feel like my net worth is
jeez.
rapidly decreasing, but I appreciate the gesture, Lark.
Yeah.
If I die, I'm going to will it to you.
Oh, thanks. Same.
Oh,
Thanks.
then you can have half of mine too.
I don't know. I mean, we just
like
gave him 40 some gold pieces. That should buy a decent meat puppet.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Zay, what did you find out? Did you find him?
I think that he probably frequents this tavern, but he's not there right now. I suggest we come back at dusk.
Why are you glowing?
There's... Never you mind.
Oh.
I just drank a lot of that stout fellow wine.
Terry's like, how was it?
Why are you glowing still?
It was delicious.
Ilka
I'm
is-
so glad we're going to be serving it at our tavern, too.
Ilka is delighted and starts whistling a romantic tune.
Guys, he wasn't that cute.
What?
Oh.
He had kind of silvery hair.
He was beautiful.
Yeah, like young, but like with this like kind of like Targaryen like glamour to him.
I do like shiny things.
No.
It's true. Okay, should we head back to Trollskull then?
Yeah, we're coming back here a little later.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. Well, yeah, let's go to Trollskull, see what's up there.
So it's about 1 o'clock as you roll into Trollskull Manor. Down the alley. All the shops are open now. Some people wave to you. There's various establishments that I mentioned previously. There's you want to stop at all, or just like go straight to the town?
If there's a haberdashery, I'll stop.
And I'd like to stop somewhere that could maybe investigate the sickle
Oh yeah.
and let us know. Or should we
What
just
was our-
play with it?
Friend 7 episodes ago.
Tom.
The Curiosity Shop.
Flume.
Lafoof?
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah,
He,
Yeah.
he might know a thing or two about a sickle like this, Mr. Lafoof.
We also suspect him of foul play.
Yeah.
Well,
Me too.
he would still probably know something.
But we don't want to present him with both evidence of something bad going on and a weapon at the same time.
He's also down in the dock sword.
Because he'll probably
Although
take
if you
it.
were going to present a weapon, a mysterious weapon, and ask questions about it, maybe like the dock sword would be the right place. I'm the DM. What am I saying?
All right. Let's.
All right.
Well, I'm a player, and so I want to investigate a door for 40 minutes.
Well, there doesn't seem to be any like magic weapon place. There's
Okay.
a bookstore that seems to have some kind of like arcane bent to it, called the Bookworm's Treasure. There is a apothecary potion kind of store called Coralon's Crown with all kinds of flowers and a really great smell coming from it. And open windows as you roll by it on your cart. And there's also there's two like craftsmen. There's this closed shop with like a bunch of sawdust around the doors, like a carpentry and woodworking kind of store. And then there's a metalworks with an open smithy where there seem to be two genasi working, like an ice genasi and a fire genasi, and they're kind of using their magics to temper the steel. There's also, as you're rolling through, you notice one store has a big sign outside of it, but no windows and no markings to indicate what it is. But it's a big black painted sign hanging off the door with two cat's eyes on it that says "The Tiger's Eye."
It's probably nothing in there, huh?
Orange cat's eyes and a black background.
Was there a haberdashery?
No, there's no haberdashery.
Okay.
Was there a milliner?
No milliner, no textiles really.
Go!
Can I? Hey, everybody! Would you mind if I just stepped into Corlin's crown here for a second?
Yeah.
You do you.
Okay, cool.
Terry, slow down. Terry, slow down.
And it takes him like a couple seconds to rein in the horses.
Terry, what are we going to do about this?
Well, Terry just finishes. He just goes down to the Coralon's Crown is like literally 30 feet away from Trollskull Manor, so he just parks it in the alcove.
So we just hop off and it's still moving?
If you want, yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna say. Terry, stop here. Terry, stop. Never mind. I'll get out.
The horses do the stopping for him.
And the tiger's eye is how close? Is also really.
It's like 50 feet away. It's kind of like they're different directions in the alley, but yeah.
Okay,
It's one round of movement.
sure. Yeah,
They're
all right
kind
here.
of on opposite sides of the street, so it's like Coralon's Crown to the left and then
Around
opposite
close
the main door.
How does Bruce Floons look?
Fruits Brews looks empty. No, it's right next to the Tiger's Eye.
I just had kind of a weird genius idea. We should get the Zubers an exclusive contract with them and get a percentage off of that. And then there'd be like, the whole block would be booming.
It's not a bad idea. Scoot, you're a genius, actually. You're a business genius.
Yeah, the dolphin told me to do that.
Track 12.
The dolphin told me to do that.
Can we do it?
Okay, I'm gonna step into the Corlin's
So it's
crown.
an open door and like an open window with like a shelf with a bunch of flowers and plants growing off of it. And you're greeted by a charming young wood elf with long braided hair, and they say, "Hello, welcome, friend.
Hi. What is this place? You sell plants?
This is Corlin's Crown. Yes, I'm an herbalist. My name is Fala Lefalier.
Oh, what a beautiful name, Fala Lefalier.
Thank you so much. I'm a member of the Guild of Apothecaries and Physicians. We're all sanctioned here, so if you need any sort of, growing living goods, I can provide.
That's wonderful. We just Trollskull Manor is ours, and we're opening up a tavern.
That's you.
Yeah,
Yes, I
yeah.
saw you yesterday.
Yeah. And so we're just trying to get to know everyone in the neighborhood here, and
That's fantastic. So, are you planning on fixing the place up?
yes, that is our plan. We've been talking
Wonderful.
to the necessary guild people, and we're trying to line all that up, to figure out the financing. You know how it is.
I'm so glad. That's gonna just change this alley for the better. This whole neighborhood, really. That manor is a gem.
We think so too. Yeah, we think so too. It's a beautiful, beautiful old building. Do you own this building? Is this yours, or do you just lease
Yes,
this
I
place?
do. Yeah, I lived here for many years.
Oh, wonderful. Do you live in this building too?
I do,
You live upstairs then? Or okay, there's just the 2 floors?
Yes.
Yeah, wow, that's awesome. What a lovely building.
Like, it's pretty obvious that there's 2 floors on
Sorry.
this building.
And
Like,
the
do
invisible.
you often have a curiosity about architecture? And
Yeah, well, I'm just trying to get a sense of what's going on in the neighborhood. Which buildings are owned by who. And
Certainly.
I'm a businessman, newly minted.
She nods and says, "Well, if you have any other questions or if you need something, I'd be happy to provide." She seems a little like uncomfortable now.
I hear
I
you.
would love to spruce up Trollskull a bit, maybe some climbing vines.
Oh, so you come in too, and
If you were going to plant something around Trollskull, what plants would you plant?
Can we just hire? I'm also going to come. Zay also follows them in.
you guys are just like waiting around the door, listening, filing.
Well, I kind of pictured myself kind of filing in and just being fascinated by the plants.
Well, sure.
In the meantime, could we just hire her to beautify the place?
Yes, I offer a very acceptable rate. The standard rate for the guild. But since you're in the neighborhood, I'd be happy to go above and beyond. You want creeper vines. I assume non-sentient?
I'm just elated. I didn't... Wow, you live right here. Maybe you could sketch up some ideas?
Yes,
of
certainly.
what... Because if you've been watching this place for years, maybe you've had some ideas percolating in there.
Yes, no, in fact, I've spoken with some of the vines that were already growing on the facade, and they're all very lonely, so I'd be happy to, bridge the gap a little.
Ilka had never considered that vines could be sentient. Do they speak?
Well, if you know how to listen.
This is amazing.
I know how to listen.
I'm so glad to meet you, fellow listeners.
Scoot
My
walks.
name's Lark.
Lark.
Scoot walks in and says, "And have you ever considered growing tobacco products? Because maybe we'd like to have tobacco products for sale."
She says, "Oh yes, I have a wide variety of cultivars."
I just want to keep
if she could supply our kitchen.
the train of walking in and jumping into the conversation.
She's like pointing, so that they point at the four of you, and they're like, so the four of you work together then, I assume?
Yes.
We do.
Not well.
We are SWOJ.
You're SWOJ. Oh, I'm such a big fan. I've read the broadsheets the last couple of days, and it seems like, that makes so much sense. So you have the manor, and yes, all right.
Would you like to hear about our adventure last night?
Yes.
We tell her.
I really hope that most of the adventure is not spoken of, and instead it's just your encounter with what's his name,
The bar.
the bartender at the hole in the wall. So we killed some scarecrows, and then I met this beautiful halfling with silver hair.
It's about last night, not today.
So yeah, the four of us are living in
Blush.
Trollskull, and we've got the Trollskull Irregulars. Oh, I forgot what we already decided to call them.
The Trollskull Irregulars.
Yeah,
Yes. That's what they told me they were called.
Okay. Oh, you've met
morning.
them. Wonderful. Yeah.
They make the rounds.
So you may see us around the neighborhood. We're kind of like I said, you need to know the neighbors.
I'll write up a plan for the building, Ilka,
Brilliant.
and let you know what I think would work. Do you mind if I kind of poke around and check out the establishment a bit
Help yourself.
over the next couple of days? Great. I know that you're sort of in the adventuring business, and if you'd like, she kind of walks to the back of the store and comes back and pulls out this case with potions in it. She says, I offer a variety of potions that I've made myself. There's potions of water breathing, potions of healing, climbing, animal friendship. I don't really deal in the more exotic poisons or dangerous things, but anything to help bridge the gap and help people communicate. That's sort of my MO.
Ask about love potions. Ask about love potions.
I elbow Scoot in the gut. I have to jump up to do it, but I do it.
We
She
have
says,
maybe
no love potions.
we've maybe a delicate question.
Yes.
How would you do with stabilizing a recently dead goblin?
Well, there's various embalming fluids.
Okay.
What is Terry?
I don't make those myself,
a
but I know different chemists that could hook you up.
I was wrong. A recently dead half-elf.
A recently dead half-elf, you want to stabilize their body?
It's complicated.
Keep it from deteriorating, yeah.
I know people that could provide you with alchemical mixtures. Yes, it's not my business, but
Do you want to meet him?
yes.
Hey, Terry!
Yes, I'm up for a new experience.
You know what? I'm not even going to wait for him to try to stumble in. I go out there to carry him in.
He's like kind of stiff as a board.
I'm assuming there's stairs, like
Yeah.
a stair, and that
sort
would
of like
just...
Lark in
Yeah.
that magic staircase into a
Yeah, and so...
This is Terry.
And he kind of grins crookedly. He says, "Hello, I'm Terry. Guys, what's going on?"
And now you know the whole gang.
She says, so she kind of gets up close to Terry and kind of sniffs him and pokes him. She's like, I'm sorry, I'm just trying to figure out what's going on with you here. So you're dead. Not like Ilka dead, but like
Different
dead.
kind of dead.
Yes, I'm worried. I don't know, your muscles might be too atrophied to preserve. Just based on the whole lockjaw thing you have going on here, sir. Terry's like, yeah, well, I kind of figured as much.
It's talkative for Lockjaw.
Terry's like, yeah, well, I try to do what I can, but it's not an easy existence, I'm just making do every day.
I'm picturing Robin Williams frozen in the wood floor in Jumanji.
Yeah. He says, anyway, my name's Terry. It's really nice to meet you. And she says, Fela, it's an honor, Terry. And they kind of have this moment of connection, ignoring the four of you.
We're used to that.
Yeah.
Is there anyone else in the neighborhood that we should meet, Falafelier?
Fela. Fela is my name.
Fela. Oh, nice. Yeah.
Lafelier is my family name.
Ah, gotcha. Fela Lafelier.
She says, well, the whole neighborhood's full of interesting sorts. I'm very fond of Enbrick and Avi next door at the Steam and Steel. I also, my personal man of choice to have deep conversations into the night with is Vincent next door at the Tiger's Eye.
Who's Vincent?
Vincent Trench. He's an investigator of sorts.
Ah, great.
Private investigator, so to speak.
But is the Tiger's Eye his... What is the Tiger's Eye? We haven't been there yet.
It's his office.
We should
it's his office.
subcontract to the Dasher.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Let's see, because we got some gold now. We'll take... Yeah. Let's see.
Well, again, lovely to meet you.
Work two threads at
You
once.
as well. I'll be in touch.
Great.
And if you have any ideas on how to help our friend Terry, do let us know.
I will. I'll ask my friends in low places if they have any. And she kind of gives a wink,
Much appreciated.
Yes.
That song's in my head. Thanks for that. I grabbed Terry humming it on the way out.
Yeah. Where to next?
Tiger's Eye, I think.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So you knock on the... Who's going in?
I put Terry in the cart.
And then you go in, Skip?
Yeah, I'm going in.
You just open the door and stop in?
Where are you going, Scoot?
I'm going to go to the building with the cat eyes.
Okay, I'll come too.
Okay, you open the door, and inside is a very dark chamber. It's dimly lit by flickering candles. But what you do see in the light is very regal accoutrements, like velvet chairs and tasseled curtains and paintings and sort of exotic like hookahs and that kind of thing. And a big tiger's pelt on the ground. And it doesn't seem like an office, so to speak. It's just like an antechamber in this rundown wooden apartment.
I lean over to Scoot and say, I don't think we can afford this guy.
I feel dirty just being in here. I say out loud to say.
And as you walk in, there's a small table in the middle of the room on top of the tiger's thing with a little bell that says ring for service.
We're all in there, right? Everyone's coming in? Yeah. Okay. Scoot's leading the way.
Zay runs up and ding, 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 ding.
I take her hand. Nope. Okay, thank you.
And then behind you, in a chair, like a velvet, high-backed chair that you didn't notice when you walked in, is a figure in a trench coat, just sort of regarding you, smoking a cigarette. And
We make a great first
and he says, of all the shops in all the alleys,
Oh no, he did
of all the
not.
city of Waterdeep,
He did not.
you walk into mine,
did not.
and he takes a drag.
Is this scene
He
in black and
stands up.
white?
And from somewhere in the room, music starts playing, soft, the brass of some kind. Vincent Trench, private eyes. Why are you in my office?
I was looking for stationery. I don't know where these
dear
people.
neighbor.
He kind of just hums softly to himself, like almost like purring.
Your very dear neighbor recommended that we come and meet you.
Are you looking for someone?
We have two most likely unrelated concerns.
Possibly more than two. We have a long list.
And in his hand is a notebook that you didn't notice before. He's taking notes.
See, stationery. Mm-hmm. I was here for.
Mm-hmm. It's got kind of gold filigree
It's
along
got the good stuff.
the pages, sides of the pages.
We are looking for an aging tiefling who wore a jacket.
A black suit with thin rimmed glasses.
Glasses.
who gave a nefarious ring to one of our associates.
And Dasher Zuber, the scion of the country Zuber family.
I've heard about the missing Zuber kid. However, this tiefling is new to me. You look familiar to me. You wouldn't happen to be related to anyone in town? Member of an old family or something?
I make it a point not to keep too close of ties anymore.
I see. Very well. Then I can offer you this piece of information. Tieflings are somewhat rare in Waterdeep, and I have seen a tiefling that fits that description, coming in and out of the Castle Villa. That first bit of information is free of charge. However, I offer an hourly rate on any further services.
Oh, what's your hourly rate?
And he gives you a business card, and on the card it says Vincent Trench, Private Eyes, and he says, look on the back.
I'd look on the back.
And on the back it says information, 300 gold pieces for any fact that you need discerned.
Oh, wow.
Missing persons, 500 gold pieces for any missing person.
Can I ask a
Guaranteed
question?
results.
Guaranteed results. Oh my god, 300 gold pieces. That's a lot of money, but also for guaranteed results, that's a pretty good price.
I agree.
Yeah. Can I ask a question of clarification and not have it cost 300 gold pieces?
Please. he actually laughs at that. He's like, he kind of parks. Ah! Yes!
Private Eyes?
Yes, it's a joke. Do you see the sign outside?
I did. Okay, all right. Okay, it's a joke.
Yes.
Got it. Yeah, it's clever. I like it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I try to inject some levity.
I like it.
You're good at it.
Clearly.
He gets instantly serious again.
Oh.
Ilka's delighted. She likes this guy.
We're SWOJ, by the way.
Yes.
Maybe
But you already knew that.
You already knew that. Yeah, okay.
As if I couldn't tell, and he looks at Zay. Yes, no, it's all right. Do what you're gonna do.
Just to clarify, he's human?
Yes.
Okay. So he possibly, Zay thinks to herself, would not have been around to know Ilka's grandfather?
How old is he?
You don't know. He seems like a middle-aged human wearing a sharp suit.
Probably not, but the family line is certainly still around.
Okay. Because your grandfather, was it your grandfather that used to own the... Mm-hmm. I pull her aside and say, hey, did your grandfather used to own Trollskull Manor? Or run it? Or because he knows Leaf.
I don't know if we should discuss this in front of the private eye.
That's a good point.
Just watching you smoke a cigarette. When you kind of he snaps his fingers, he finishes one, snaps his fingers, and it ignites in fire. Then he pulls a second one out of the case and starts smoking it as he's watching you.
Does the tiger's eyes have Venetian blinds that are casting a really striking, high contrast shadow across him as he sits in the chair?
No, but there do seem to be. You notice that the dim light of the candles, it kind of occasionally bounces from candle to candle, the flames themselves sort of dance around, and so that provides striking shadows occasionally when they go behind a panel or a curtain or something.
So, fantastic. Mm-hmm. Okay, well, we may use your services at some point, Vincent, Mr. Trench. I don't think we're going to use them now, though. Unless anyone disagrees, 300 gold pieces is, I think, more than we have.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, thanks. Nice to meet you. We're just on the street. If you ever need to borrow a cup of sugar or anything.
He says, don't be strangers.
Okay, thanks.
He grins rakishly.
Yeah, hard to be with you.
Okay, so we have a number of different ways we can head here. Mm-hmm. We could head up to the Castle Villa. We could head back to Trollskull. We still need to investigate the vermin issue.
Right.
We can wait for a while. I mean, there's something we can do before we head back to Hole in the Wall tonight, or we could just hang out and then head back there tonight.
How long does it take to get to the dock ward?
An hour on a cart from the northward. It's the opposite side of the city.
Because we could go to the dock ward, get the sickle investigated, and check on Nim.
As you've had the sickle now for some time, you've managed to figure out what it does just by having it and studying it. So what it is, it's called the Sickle of Storms, and it's a magic sickle that does an extra 1d4 points of damage when you slash with it. And what happens is when you slash with it, a burst of wind slashes the air at range. So you can actually attack at up to a 60-foot range with this sickle, doing an extra 1d4 points of wind damage, physical damage.
Sweet.
Yeah.
I wrote down Sickle of Windiness.
Yep.
But
pretty
I will
much.
change that to Storm.
I kind of like Sickle of Windiness.
Well, we know what it's going to be called.
Blades of storming wind. It's kind of noisy.
I was going to call it the Knife of Heavy Drops.
Crazy. Okay.
So thoughts? What do you want to do? SWOJ?
Why don't we take a break?
Sweet. Woo.
All right.
So, you're all outside the Trollskull Manor. Vicariously? It's not the right word. Vivaciously? No, like really, really engagingly discussing your
Very
futures.
animated.
Animatedly.
Yeah.
That's
Yes.
a good word.
Vibrantly?
Take it away, SWOJ.
I like that trench guy. He has ideas. We should talk to him more.
Fela did say that he was her favorite conversationalist.
It's going to charge
That's just
you
because
for-
she hasn't spent enough time with me yet. So I was thinking that while we're waiting to head back to that tavern, that maybe we could try to deal with this rodent problem that Sally told us about.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
Yeah.
I noticed that there's a sewer grate back behind Trollskull, and I think maybe we could start there as a place to look for the source of the rats.
Yeah. Seems like a good one.
To the alley!
Do you want to stop in the tavern or just go or the manor or just go right to the sewer grate?
Oh my god, I think that's funny. If we haven't been there in like 2 days, we just walk past the windows without even saying hi.
We should probably stick our heads in at least and make sure the tag is fine.
Your tag is still alright.
It's totally a me move.
Hey, Mom.
Yeah, just,
Okay, bye.
You kids
spoke
treat
your
this
head in?
place like a hotel.
yeah. Yeah.
As soon as you open the secondary
Yes,
doors,
it's
like not the front doors, but the ones into the actual space, it's all like there's a huge SWOJ! Like many voices are like
What?
greeting you. And you see inside, and then it's like, Scoot! Lark! Hey, Ilka, hey! And inside, there's at least like 20 people. It looks like most of the crew of the Sea Plum is inside your tavern.
Zay's eyes widen with excitement and she
Yeah.
gets a huge grin.
As well as Pog Waggletop and Taga and Simon, your dad.
Oh, nice.
They've definitely spruced the place up in the last day.
A little bit.
There's a bunch of company.
Who's Pog Waggletop?
That was the captain who sent us the
Oh,
pigeon.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pog, did you come to check on Sally? Last I saw her, she was on the roof.
Yes, I saw her up there. I'm really glad she moved in. She has good taste. Good old Sally.
What are you all doing here? What a lovely thing to see you all.
I mean, it's pretty jocular. There's like lots of emotion. Everyone's kind of hugging Scoot, hugging you, Lark.
I'm uncomfortable with the
says,
touching.
Our ship sank, and I heard you guys were maybe opening a new shop here, and so a lot of us were hoping to kind of get out of the seafaring business. It's just been a tough season, and we were wondering if you guys are open, starting a new business venture, if we could help out somehow. At least some of us. I mean, I understand maybe there's not jobs for 17 people, but
How are your carpentry skills?
They should be good.
fantastic, yeah. We have kept a purple ship for, on 10 years at least.
Have you managed to keep your ships rat-free?
Yes.
We might have a vermin problem.
We definitely have a vermin problem.
But here's the secondary thing, is that we also definitely have a financing problem. So we can't afford to pay anybody anything yet.
As you say that, you hear a voice behind you approaching from the opposite corner of the establishment, saying, "Maybe I can help with that." And you recognize it as the voice of Renee or Neverember.
Renee!
Hey!
I give him a big hug.
Yes, and he gives you a big hug back. Behind him is Leah. It looks like the two of them are talking to each other. And he says, "It's really great to see you all. I heard about what was going on here, and I came over as soon as I could. You all look like you're doing great. Scoot.
Hi.
Wow.
Yep.
That's something different."
Isn't it beautiful?
Yep, I changed my hair.
Yeah, your hair looks... that's what I was going to say.
It's shorter.
Yep. So you're an official adventuring crew now, SWOJ. I just wanted to come back and say thank you again for everything you did in the sewers with the Xanathar's Guild. Floon's doing great. He's back to work. I just was wondering if there's any way that I could repay you, or help you out. I feel like I didn't adequately thank you yet for saving my life.
Boy, where to start? Well, we've got a few things we're working on right now. We're going to dive down to these sewers behind her just to see if there's anything with this rat problem we seem to be having. We hear some scritching in the walls when we're here.
Okay.
And we'd like to get rid of that before we open this up to the general public.
Would you hire like an exterminator or something?
We thought about doing
Or
that.
you guys just really like sewers.
Yeah.
Maybe that's your thing.
Have you? Yeah. There's cool stuff down there. Coins, rings.
Rainier, we want to
Tentacle
make
monsters.
this the premier establishment in the castle. The North Ward. What suggestions would you have as someone who frequents the best establishments?
Well, I have a place up here in the North Ward too, and whenever I have trouble with animals, I always talk to the Emerald Enclave. They send one of their druids to either steer the animals away or put a blessing on the building. So vermin leave it alone.
Yeah, even beyond the vermin. What
Funny,
did you have suggestions?
It seems like there may be somebody from the Emerald Enclave here right now. Leah.
Leah's just like shaking her head at you, Scooch. Yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I heard about what happened down in the fields, and I just wanted to give the Emerald Enclave's official thanks. We'll have more work for you in the future, but if you ever need any help from them, we owe you now. So, thank you.
So maybe some kind of warding against the vermin would be lovely if the Emerald Enclave does
Absolutely do that. I was thinking, you have a lot of birds upstairs, and I was wondering if maybe you'd be interested in a rookery or some sort of a roost for messenger birds. I'm happy to build that
Yes,
for you.
we would like both things. Thanks. Thanks for offering. In addition,
She nods.
did you bring Fluffy?
I have not brought Fluffy yet. No, I was going to, but then this goblin fellow went up to me and was like, "You can't bring him here." And I was like, "Okay, whatever you say, man." It seemed like he, had a really good reason to not bring a cat into this building. So,
Who said
that one right over there, and she points over at Pog with his big coat.
Oh, sure.
It's kind of it's kind of moving a little bit. There's definitely birds in it.
Got it.
And then he says, and Pog across the room is like, "Hey, did somebody say a rookery? Best idea I've ever heard. This one right here." And he points at Leah. She's like, she's a go-getter. Scoot.
Yeah.
You should hire her.
Yeah. I can pay her in wine, and that's about it right now. And I can't pay her in wine until the wine gets here.
Leah's like, "Shut up, Pog."
Yeah, so cart before the horse there for a second. Rainier, we do have issues. We're working with the Zuber family. They got somebody that they're missing, and we're trying to find them. I don't know if you have any sort of connections, if you've heard anything, if anybody in the crew has heard anything about Dasher Zuber.
Rainier says, "No, I'm not familiar with Dasher Zuber. Sorry, I kind of stay out of that side of the higher society part of Waterdeep as much as I can."
Mm-hmm.
Lately, I've been dealing with somebody tailing me. I think one of my father's spies for the last couple of weeks now has been following me, and I don't know. I tried to do some counterintelligence, and I found out that this spy, his name's Dalakar. He's looking for the Stone of Galore actively, and I think he thinks that I have it.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm just trying to keep a low profile right now. So that's why I'm here. I've been here most of the day, actually. I haven't seen him, but I know he's out there in the alley somewhere, probably.
Okay, so Dalakar, you said his name was?
Yep.
Okay.
He's a gnome.
A gnome, huh?
Yep.
All right, and he's looking for the Stone of Galore.
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 Yes. Yep.
All right. Why does he want that? Do you know?
I think he wants it for my father. I assume my father wants to go find his hoard of gold wherever it is in the city, and that stone is supposed to be the key to it.
Oh, yep. That will do it.
Yeah. So I know I've been in Waterdeep for a while. My dad's up in Neverwinter, so I think that he thinks that I have an in on the location of the hoard of dragons, but.
So Dalakar, who you think was hired by your father, was that what you said?
Yes.
Yes. Thinks you have the stone. Your dad thinks you have the stone?
Or he thinks I know where it is if I don't have it.
Okay.
Could be farther from the truth.
Yeah. That doesn't... Yeah, okay.
You keep getting, everyone seems to think you have the Stone of Galore. This
Right, it's
Anadar
my
thought you did? Yeah.
goddamn last name.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lark knows what that's like. Right?
Anyway,
Yeah.
I don't want to get too mixed up in stuff because I'm just trying to get a low profile
Yeah.
still, but if
Yeah.
you guys need any money or anything...
Yeah,
I'd
that's
be happy
where I
to-
was going to try to take the
That's
conversation.
what I thought. Yeah.
I'd be happy to use my father's coffers to your advantage.
That would be great. Yeah, we could use an infusion of capital here.
Absolutely.
Right. Well, I mean, if this is your goal, I'm ready to help.
Great.
What do you need?
We need about 1,250 gold pieces.
250 gold pieces, huh? He stops and thinks for a second. Are you asking him? Like, did you say that? Like,
Well, I said it just like that.
Yeah.
and,
He
like-
said, "What do you need?" And I said, "We need 1,250 gold pieces."
That's our end goal. We don't necessarily need it in the next 5 minutes, but any ability you might have to help us toward that would surely make a difference.
So certainly. Well, I do have some retainage from my family. I mean, I'm not spending it right now. I can already afford my own place easily. So if you guys need an injection of cash, I could give you a really low interest loan. Pay it back whenever you can. I could cover 1,000 gold pieces. Would that do the trick?
Yes, that would be incredibly helpful.
You got it. Yeah, it's yours.
Fantastic. Thank you, Rainier.
Of course. Do you mind if I stick around? Do you have
good
any
to
rooms
have
upstairs, by
friends.
the way? 'Cause
Yeah.
I kind of
Yeah,
like to have
plenty.
different places to stay.
Yeah, they could use some. We've got to
They
bring
need some
craftsmen
love.
in to
Okay,
a little
sure.
bit of TLC needed up there. But if you don't mind that, you're
Yeah.
welcome to stay.
Thank you. Yes. Seems really excited about it.
Cool.
Bring Floon by sometime too.
Yeah, I will. He's pretty busy, but yeah. Spends a lot of time in high society, there's always stuff going on.
Awesome. Well, how wonderful to see you all. We're gonna head to the sewers, and we'll be back later.
Okay.
Do we want to investigate the problem before we just put a cursory ward up against vermin? Because Leah said she would do that?
Yeah.
She did, yeah. Leah's like, yeah, I mean, if you guys want me to, bring in some cats, or, I don't care what Pog says. He's a fucking coward. You know that, Scoot. I'd be happy to bring in some cats, or, actually just use my druid magic to just freaking protect this place. I mean, our ship was safe when I was on board for years. I can easily make a building safe from vermin.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
You probably, Zay. What do you think? This is kind of your area of expertise.
I think that sounds like a good idea. Would we ward against particular vermin? Or just entry from a certain level? I'm just thinking I don't want to preclude any animal from entering here ever.
Leah's like, tell you what, how about I just do what I can do and we'll see if the problem goes away. Okay, I'll try to protect the place against rats and any kind of rodents and the kind of stuff you don't want to see in a tavern. I understand the birds you want to keep. Mr. Fluffstoffles, if he ever comes around, he's a good cat. He can stay. Am I right? Am I feeling you out here?
Yeah. That's my concern, yeah.
Yeah.
Or if I ever, transform into a mouse, I will, not be able to enter.
Oh, so
My own
I see
establishment.
what you're saying. No, I can, don't worry. It's
Okay.
a pretty simple spell. You'll be fine.
Should we try that out?
Yeah.
Okay.
Are the irregulars down here, by the way?
Haven't seen him today.
Okay.
The spell only protects against, actual wild animals, so if there are druids or people on different ships,
Oh, okay.
it won't, that's different
Just
from
wild
magic.
animals. Okay.
Yep.
That sounds reasonable.
Okay.
Let's do it. And let's build a rookery. Maybe that could be another way to make money is by sending messages for people.
Yep, I like it. I'm going to lead us back towards the sewer grate that I saw.
Sure. So you go around the back, and there's a small drain leading from the gutters of Trollskull Manor into the sewer grate behind the building to the east.
I say, bye, Mom, bye, Dad.
They're both just so proud of what they've done. Simon especially is like, Scoot, I'm amazed at what you've accomplished.
I said bye.
Yeah, bye.
I feel like I would have given Tag a hug on the way out.
Yeah, I mean, you guys did all the
we all
necessary
did.
family
Yeah.
stuff. Taga's cooking away. There's lots of mouths to feed in this place right now. She managed to find some food from somewhere. It's not really clear. But, yeah. The place smells
Probably
good.
fine.
It's probably fine. Well, the irregulars are going to go get some food. I feel like, yeah, okay.
So back to the sewers.
We should have set up a system to contact them. Because I was going to ask them to look for a body for Terry.
And a hat.
A dog or something in a hat, yes.
Yeah.
All right, well, later.
Daily
Problems for
bringing
later.
hat options.
So we're at the sewer grate. Sorry.
Yes, and what you do at the sewer grate is it's an open grate. You can see down about 15 feet to a sewer line running underneath the alley.
Is there a ladder?
There is, yep. There's some notches in the wall.
I open the grate.
Okay, yeah, and you can crawl down there. And you're
Cool.
once again
Yep.
in the sewers of Waterdeep. It's a
I-
smaller pipe, about 4 feet high.
How clean is the sewer grate?
Fairly clean. it looks like somebody's been through here pretty recently from the Dung Sweepers Guild.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, then I climbed down too.
No. I'm down there. I'll check it out.
yeah, it's pretty dry right now. Did it rain last night? No, it didn't. So, yeah, it's a nice, clean sewer. You do hear the occasional scurrying down here of some kind of creature moving.
Okay.
Water off in the distance flowing.
No
Xanathar signs.
I say, what are we doing down here again exactly?
I saw rats coming from our place into the sewer grate.
Okay. So you were okay. Where do I see rats?
You see the tail of one kind of disappear into the darkness, maybe like 80 feet down the pipe.
Okay.
Just at the edge of your dark vision.
Okay.
Ilka, are you down here?
Yeah.
Can you cast dancing lights or something? I can't see anything.
I'm still just kind of jaunty with all the delights of the day, and so I whistle that same romantic tune, and now our dancing lights are glowing with the same pink that was in Zay's cheeks when she walked out of the
As you
establishment.
whistle that tune and you make the dancing lights appear, you notice the rat that had disappeared come back and stop and just kind of watch you for a moment and like listen to the song, like Pied Piper style. And then after a few seconds, it disappears quickly in the opposite direction.
That rat was weird.
That was a super
I
weird rat.
experimentally whistle again.
Nothing happens this time.
Okay. I'm gonna head down there.
I'll follow Scoot. Are
Just
you down
in that
here,
direction?
Jose?
Yeah,
I haven't climbed down into the sewers yet, so I called down. Are you guys pursuing something, or are you coming back up?
I found a rat that's doing weird things,
What kind of weird thing?
listening to music and judging.
Oh, okay.
Typical rats.
Typical rat stuff.
Did any rat? Do I see any rats like coming out of the house?
Nope, there's just
In
the one that
response to that?
disappeared. There's
Okay.
none of them in that building that you can see at this point.
All right, I'm jumping down. Catch me.
I try to catch Zay.
I'm
not very strong.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah!
Beautiful.
That's
He
a
caught
19
me.
plus 3. There you go, Zay.
Thanks, Lark.
So you're like running after this rat that disappeared, or what's your...
Yeah.
Well,
I'm just. It's 80 feet and went around a corner, right?
it disappeared straight down this pipe.
Straight
into
down.
darkness.
I'm still going.
A pipe, a halfling-sized pipe, a
Yes, it's a
large
halfling
pipe.
size pipe.
Okay.
Yep. So for you, Scoot, it's kind of slow going. You have to kind of like duck
Yeah.
down and shuffle.
I've been down here a lot now.
Yeah, you're pretty good at it. Yeah.
Scoot from behind. When you like swing your arm, I can sort of see your dolphin.
What's
Like
it
it looks
doing?
like it's swimming.
Especially in the pink dancing lights.
Yeah, it looks super cool.
It happens when I flex.
It's it's sparkling from Ilka's dancing lights.
I
It's
twitch
really
my
cool.
arm and it goes in the water, jumps out of the water, in the water, jumps out of the water.
You travel about 200 feet down this pipe as you talk, but once you come to an intersection, like the one where you fought the gazer back in the old sewers in the docks ward, you don't see any sign of this rat. It's just like a sewer junction.
Anything?
So there's a ladder going up this central pillar to another manhole cover this time, but no hint of rodentia.
So, Scoot, you said that the rat was behaving oddly. So
Yep.
we do have some sort of indication that this isn't a normal infestation.
I have an indication that that's a weird rat.
I guess roll investigation or perception if you guys want to try and...
I would like to look around and see and just kind of get a
Yeah.
sense of what's around. 15 on perception.
14. 14 investigation for me.
23 for Zay.
For Zay. So Zay, you with your somewhat animal instincts, being a druid, you detect in the direction going south hints of rat, like small patches of fur, droppings, kind of like along the sides of the water where the rats would scurry while the water fills up. There's a much stronger indication of rat movement going that direction. The other two, it seems like there might have been some kind of foot travel at some point. You notice there's like some splashes on the walls and some like kind of boot marks along the drier spots.
Ooh, so recent.
Yeah, fairly recent. People definitely travel down here, but the rat movement is clearly going south.
Does she tell us that?
Yeah, so do...
Don't ask me.
It looks like humans have been going this way, and the rats have been going that way. Should we follow the rats?
The humans, here's my question. Does it seem like rat footprints are turning into human footprints?
No.
So there's like there's a consistent path at least.
You don't even notice the rat stuff, but you
Okay.
see human footprint splashes kind of.
But they came from this direction and went to that direction. Okay. So that was my just concern that they were transformed. So, okay.
Yeah.
So I said, well, it looks like some people have been moving around down here.
It's Fantasy Sunday at this point, so it's a pretty quiet day. You don't hear anything upstairs. Just a faint rush of water coming from somewhere to the southwest.
And did you tell
I
us
start
that?
following the rat droppings.
Okay.
Guys, there's little poops this way.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Great.
let's go that way.
Seems like the right way then.
And you follow the little poops. For a while, they kind of continue, but there's a clear path. And eventually, it actually bottoms out into a large basin with like a pool of water. Like it's kind of this pipe outlets into a basin, and there's just water down there. And the tracks kind of stop as it falls down into this water. And the water seems to kind of be deep and go on in a direction that it's not really clear where it leads to.
Whoa. Does this look like a normal sewer pipe sort of thing, or is this something weird?
This looks like maybe some kind of a hole where they discharge water, like into the mountain side or something, like to get rid of water in the sewer system. It's like a secondary storage kind of thing. Like it might have a bottom, or it might just like trail off into the bedrock somewhere. It's not really clear.
And that's where the tracks go.
Yep.
Into the basin?
Mm-hmm.
Into the water?
Well, off the edge of the pipe and then into nothing.
Huh. How far down is it?
It's about 6 feet.
6. Oh, so it's okay. So it's not like a huge.
No.
So
Okay.
we're like, from appearances, this is like a lemming situation.
Yes.
I'm gonna go check it out.
Okay.
I'm gonna dive on in.
You gracefully swan dive.
Yes.
Scoot! No! Guys, he's gone forever. Let's go back.
You see the glimmer of his tattoo as he like dolphin. I assume dolphin swims like dolphin.
It's been well. I've got that pendant now, so my swim speed is
Doubled.
it said doubled, which means it's 30 feet now. Because and I can breathe underwater,
Right.
so I can just sort of, and I have dark vision, so I'm just sort of scouting around. What do I see down there?
You see about 15 feet underwater. It's kind of murky water, but about 15 feet down is a maybe 6 foot diameter passage, kind of like the one you went through with the apparatus, but smaller. Mm-hmm. That leads off to the west somewhere.
Can we see him?
You see him go down there, and he's like kind of glimmering down there. Yeah, it's a little tattoo.
It's amazing.
Like, we don't know he can do these things. So like, Say just like sits on the edge, lets her legs hang over, and like puts her head in her lap and cries. Scoot, no. Just come back up, Scoot. Come back up. Come back up.
And I just
Zay, do you see the glimmer of his tattoo?
Yes, it's just
then-
floating at the bottom. He's dead.
and it disappears as I go into that.
So it appears that something took, like a current or something might have just taken Scoot away. Unless any of you know about his power.
I don't think we do.
I don't think we do.
Oh no.
Okay.
Maybe Arcana, like... Can we suss this out before we all assume he's
Like, if
dived to his death?
whatever lemmings the rats, did it just lemming Scoot?
Yeah, right.
He couldn't help himself.
9 Arcana.
Is it going to take over us, too? Do you guys feel the urge to jump in that water?
Yeah, no, it's not really clear what just happened, but Scoot's definitely like vanished. Scoot, what are you doing? You just keep going or what?
Yeah, I have no idea that these guys don't know
Sure.
that I can do this. That I'm fine because I've jumped into the water before when we were in the apparatus. I went swimming around for a while.
Yeah, well, you travel 30 feet every 6 seconds, so it's pretty speedy. And after traveling about 200 feet, you come into a big cavern, like you surface again, and you see the apparatus of Qualish parked next to a giant stone foot.
What?
I would like to request that
We never returned it. Sorry.
I crest above the water like Martin Sheen in Apocalypse Now. Just that. Oh God, I have to edit all of this out now. What's that? Sorry. Oh, it's you've seen that shot. Okay, so I appear and I see the apparatus. So anybody else around?
Nope. The foot and the door. Some of those dried bloodstains from 2 days ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I could take this apparatus back this way?
It wouldn't fit in this smaller tunnel.
Oh, damn it. Okay.
You suppose you could take it back to the woman we rented it from? And
Well,
never
that's...
returned it to.
I've split the party a little bit right now. That's really splitting the party. To just suddenly run this errand.
Totally forgot about this.
Yeah.
He comes back. We've replaced him.
Yeah.
Held a funeral.
That's... Oh my god.
I played a beautiful dirge.
He Tom Sawyer's
Tag and Simon are just weeping.
All right. Well, there's nothing else to do then. To the best of my knowledge, I have no. I mean, a perception check to see if there's anybody else around. No noises, no lights, nothing.
Perception.
Okay. 6.
Nope. It's very quiet.
It's very isolated
You
here.
just made the only ripples in this cavern. It was totally placid until you showed up.
All right. Well, then I think that was cool, and I go back.
Yep.
In the meantime, I have stripped down and belly flopped into the pool.
So you come up to see Lark like floundering in the water.
I'll save you, Scoot.
Very red chest, yeah. Yeah. There is a slight current kind of pushing towards that other cavern, but you can resist it. It's not very like.
So
Just
that's
kind of move you on your way.
So it's about. So I take the trip down there. I look around, perceive nothing, and make the trip back. That's about 30 seconds. We said.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm holding an inconsolable Zane.
And yes,
Scoot, you're alive.
so I come back.
Save me, I'm drowning.
After half a minute. And go, what happened here?
I thought you were dead.
What is going on? Get out of the water.
I thought you were lemminged.
You went so fast, it looked like a current swept you away.
I thought you got eaten by a giant sewer snake.
Oh, God. I climb out of the water, get up to the thing, and then pull you up.
Thanks, Scoot.
There was nothing down there except for that robot barrel that we forgot to bring back. Yeah, it was.
Oh man,
can I-
I was just gonna say it. We're gonna have
Do I-
an overdue fee.
Do I know if these guys could make that swim?
Yeah, I mean, it'd take about twice as long.
Maybe.
There is a current going that direction.
Okay.
It'd be harder to go back.
Yeah. So I explained that that's I can I got this pendant. I have this tattoo. I'm part dolphin now, apparently. I don't know how magic works.
You're part dolphin?
Don't focus on that. What I'm trying to tell you is that I think we
Why
can't.
didn't you tell us? Why couldn't I? Oh, so
No.
many questions.
So we might be able to get that way, but that's all I saw. I don't know if there's anything. I'm pretty sure there's nothing else in there except for the robot claw barrel.
So, what's happening to these little rodents?
Well, we did hear the noise in the walls in the Godcatcher statue too.
Oh, that's true.
So there is a possible connection there.
Like maybe they're swimming. If it's only a 30.
Well, it's
Did
gonna
you
be.
say it was a 30-second swim?
Well, Well, that was round trip for me. It's gonna take you guys longer.
Sure. So the rats could maybe make it. You're right. Yeah. So
it might be possible. If we.
They're strong little swimmers.
Yeah.
Maybe they're mad about the poster.
That's probably it.
No,
now that you say it, it's all clicking.
They were
through here.
invading before. They were invading before they stole the poster.
Oh, were they? Okay.
Yeah.
So so this is where the rats went because there were no other tracks any other way. They went down there, and that's the only thing I saw, and that's where it goes. We can
All right. Let's
go.
follow.
We can go find the human footprints, or we can all go get wet.
Let's get wet.
I jump in the water.
I would like to rig up a rope system so that I can help pull. Because I have dark vision and and I've been there, so I can kind of guide.
The dancing lights sustain in the water too, so it's pretty easy to tell if you're not going to rock or something.
There's cute little pink hearts glowing and blushing all around.
I try to replicate Scoot's swan dive and definitely belly flop a second time.
You crawled back up to the boat.
Yeah.
Take deep breaths because while I can, I don't want to have to water world anybody when we're down there. I think I can.
But
Yeah.
Right?
All right.
Waterworld, wow.
I'm big on the movie references
Yeah.
for some reason.
Is that when he blows up?
He breathes into his gills and then
the gills to create
I don't
oxygen.
think I have
Cannot believe
gills.
we're
So
talking about
romantic.
Waterworld.
Yeah. The big romantic scene in Waterworld.
Scoot's basically Kevin Costner.
And Mark
There's
Johnson.
not much sexier than Kevin Costner, right?
In Waterworld.
In Waterworld.
Except for the Postman. That's big romantic underwater kissing scene in the Postman too.
So the four of you splash out of the water,
I must have missed that
all
one.
tied on a string to Scoot, and you recognize the cavern from earlier. There's a single torch burning outside the door to the foot of the Godcatcher, with apparatus of Qualish maybe 40 feet away, beached. on this small island inside this cavern.
Oh no, we forgot to return that. I say now that I actually saw it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I told you guys about that.
Yeah.
In the other room.
I know, but I said it before when you were the only one who had seen it.
Well,
I came back and said it.
Is there like a taxi cab ticker running and then like? The...
Oh god, it'd be awful.
There is not that you can see.
It's up to 1,250 gold.
Everything we borrowed.
It tops out there. Okay, so yeah, this is where it went. I mean, I already looked, and I know that there's nothing else here except for us. So.
Zay, do you see any more signs of the rats?
Investigation. If you'd like to look.
16.
Yeah, once again, you actually notice, this time you see the rat standing like in the doorway, like kind of like perched peeking around the corner at you.
Oh, I give him a teeny tiny wave.
And it disappears.
He's going that way.
What's going that way?
Your rat buddy.
Oh.
Play some music for him, perhaps.
I whistle that same tune a little softer, a little more placatingly, and see if he'll come back.
Does water come out of your concertina?
I'm just whistling it. My concertina's all boxed up because I'm in water. Roll which?
Performance.
7.
Yeah, no,
I
you're
spit
super
and
wet.
splutter.
Yeah.
There's so much water in my face.
Yeah.
The rats all attack.
No, a couple of fish show up that seem to be kind of entertained.
Well, I guess if we followed him this far, should we follow him
Yeah.
inside the
let's enter
god catcher
the
again?
barefoot, too.
Okay.
Remember that there are rat people here, and they're probably a little pissed.
I forget.
Also, we should check the room of the sacrifices and see what happened there.
If people are still up there.
I'm just gonna follow the rat.
Yeah, okay.
So you make your way back to the spiral staircase going up the leg,
I hate spiral things.
and you go all the way back to the top, or are you like just kind of poking around?
I'm following Zay, I guess. Are you the...
Yeah, I can lead the cautiously lead. No, cautiously.
Well, since you're going to turn down
Zay's
this like
gonna barrel
rat
up this-
scent and like
Yeah.
trail and everything, you make your way about halfway up the spiral staircase before you discover a small crack in one of the boards near the base of one of the stairs, where it looks like rats could crawl in and out. Like just a very tiny rat-sized hole, and that's where it seems to have disappeared to.
Ooh, can I make it a bigger hole?
Can you?
I would love to try. I would like to just kind of investigate,
Yeah.
do some knocking to see if it's hollow at all, or all right, -1. Here we go. 12.
So you're just knocking on it gently?
I'm just trying to. I just want to know if it's solid or if this is.
It seems like it might crumble. Like there's definitely kind of a hollow sound behind it.
I look. No one says no.
Hold on.
What are you knocking on the wall for?
The rat went in there.
Yeah, oh. You're trying to you're asking it to let you in?
It's like the most involved extermination case ever.
All right. It didn't say
You
no.
hunt the rat down where it lives and murder
We're
it.
standing on these stairs, though. If you rip a hole in there...
In the wall?
It's in the outside wall of this spiral staircase, so it's not like really connected to the stairs per se.
I generally don't attack a structure I'm standing on,
That's
but...
a fair point, actually. It is like a mix of stone and wood, the staircase. Like the stairs are mostly wood, and then the walls are mostly stone.
And it's mostly hollow anyway, so how much structural support can be giving?
Sure.
Go for it, Scoot.
Okay.
Yeah. Do your brawler thing.
Okay. I will take the butt end of my great axe and just start bashing away at the wall.
Yup.
Seeing if anything gives way.
Roll damage.
Damage. With the butt end of the. What do you want for that?
Yeah, I suppose D4 plus strength.
D4 plus strength. 5.
5. Yeah. You smash easily. It's just kind of like thin granite slabs, kind of leaned up, like propped up by wood, and the wood kind of collapses behind it as you punch it down. And you see through the rubble, it looks like this small tunnel, maybe like 3 feet wide.
It gets smaller and
Very
smaller.
small, yeah.
Oh.
And it kind of just trails off into darkness.
This one might not be scoot sized.
It would be a tight fit.
Yeah.
Say, look, there's a tunnel. The rats went in this way. Should we follow?
I suppose you guys want me to follow him.
Well, I'm sort of. You're kind of
Totally
the animal
kidding.
expert, trying to decide
That was a terrible
what would you
silly joke.
recommend?
Yeah, let's go. I think we should be wary of, because I think the human-sized rat people live in these walls too. Mm-hmm. So let's be on alert.
Okay.
I'm tall, but light. I feel like Ilka could probably follow hunched over.
Mm-hmm.
So before I head in there, rather than alerting everyone to although the noise probably just alerted anyone to our presence, right? So we probably don't need to worry about whether we light the way.
I think you can, yeah.
All
We don't
right.
need to be sneaky.
Dancing lights it is. Please.
Plus, the rat has seen us
Yeah.
at least twice and waved
Right.
once.
Yeah.
There's a
okay.
chance they're aware.
Okay, let's. I lead the way in. Do we have a way to communicate if you stay back in the tunnel?
I have a sending stone.
But we only have one.
Yeah.
Do you have a message spell or anything?
No, not this guy.
Okay. Let's use that same rope that you put together, and if I feel like there's an issue, maybe I'll just like
Tug on it.
tug.
Sure. I got 50 feet.
Okay. We'll start with that.
I have a little bell. Do you want to take a bell to ring? Mm-hmm. Okay, I give Zay my bell.
I take the rope back. Since we won't be using that.
Nice. Zay's good at ringing bells.
Okay, yeah, so I take the bell and I hold the clapper to silence it so I don't do the alarm by accident. And
I hunch over and follow you down the tunnel.
Okay.
I stand on the outside with Scoot, I guess, weapons drawn.
I'm trying to figure out if I need to, how is the best way for me to get down there quickly. So I'm just like trying to, I'm not going in, but I'm just like, gross, this is, okay.
You could probably work it slowly. Like, you're kind of wet still. If you kind of just, like, you know.
So if I had more
crawl
Crisco,
your way
I'd
in.
get down there quicker.
Definitely.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
So maybe we should all go through this.
Well, so you two go in, for starters, and you make it about 40 feet before you come to a dark room. With your dancing lights, you can see that it seems like a stone chamber with a ceiling about 15 feet high. It's very musty. There are some bedrolls kind of thrown around casually, but the main features of the room is that in the center of the room, it's about 30 feet radius. It's this kind of round chamber. There's a statue that you recognize as this sort of marble statue of an old wizard, similar to the one that you saw in the Blue Alley magic dungeon thing. With its back to you, and around it are these 7 smaller statues, kind of equidistant in a circle, of other figures, different shapes and sizes.
7, you say?
7, yep. Otherwise, it's very dark and very still in this room. And it's all kind of made of the same material, like this marbly, granity.
And does it feel like we're at like street level or so at this point?
Based on your background knowledge of the statue.
I'm gonna gently ring the bell to indicate that they should follow us, but it's not urgent.
Okay, start making my way down.
Yep, same.
Yeah. What do you do once you're inside? Just kind of freeze and look around, or
I will start investigating the statues.
roll it?
Oh.
That's a 1.
That's a 1.
Critical fail.
1.
Temporary.
As he knocks over one of the statues and they start going down like dominoes.
Technically a 3.
Actually, yes. You go up to one of the statues from behind,
Oh no.
and you start to kind of like feel like it's very smooth, like exquisitely crafted carved stone. Like there's no like chips or anything. But as you touch it, kind of like inspect it, your weight shifts it. It wasn't very well attached to the ground, and it tumbles forward and shatters.
Oh! I hear that noise. I start moving faster.
But what you see, here's the weird thing, is that what you see as you pick it up, you look at the pieces, there's one piece of face remaining, and the face of the statue looks extremely familiar too. Like it looks like it's like from the right ear to the left side of the jaw is broken off, but like the upper half looks like your face.
Dun dun dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
So was this one of the smaller statues?
Yes.
That over?
Yes.
I get it.
Okay.
Because she's smaller.
No, I was just wondering if it was because the big one in the middle is the wizard.
Is the wizard. Yeah.
Okay.
I thought it was going to be me.
Guys, look at this beautiful statue.
Are we all in there now?
Yep, and then you all catch up.
Okay.
I'm going to investigate the statues, hopefully more carefully than that.
Okay, you see what looks like various... roll investigation, sure.
Shiny. 21.
You see the same statue of an old man seems to be watching you like the previous one with its eyes, even though it's not really moving as you move around. And 6 other statues of various individuals. One seems to be like a beautiful woman with like flowers, like kind of like or dressing her body. One seems to be like a massive armored knight of some kind. There are all these various kind of like heroic looking types, about 4 feet high, these statues. One of them's broken down, Zay's standing next to it. And they all seem very old and pretty much undisturbed. Like as if they've been here like as long as the god catcher itself.
But only the Zay statue is recognizable.
You don't recognize it. Zay seems to be just standing over it, kind of stunned.
Are there rats around?
There are none. There's these bedrolls that I mentioned. So it looks like this place is kind of lived in.
Yeah.
Similar to the attic upstairs in the god catcher.
Yep.
Are there any posters?
But you don't see any
on the wall?
rats, no.
Okay. I guess I would check out the bedrolls just to see if there's anything else in there.
Sure.
Any...
Inside one of them, you find a Ratman comic book, well leafed through, like the broadsheet book.
I toss that to Lauren.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's one of the more recent ones.
Okay.
Yeah.
You read this one?
Yeah, this is a good one.
Can I have it back?
Yeah.
Thanks. No, I start thumbing through it. Because I'm not. Everyone else looking at statues. I'm just like, okay,
Sure.
let me know if you see something. Mm-hmm. And I'm trying to learn the moral of the story of this issue.
Okay. The moral of the story of this issue
It doesn't
is
have to be a focal point of the episode.
that
Just-
the Rat Man was dealing with his curse and realizing that the curse was more of a blessing. Like he was like, oh my god, I'm part rat. I'm a monster. But he eventually realizes by the end of the episode that it's just another part of his life now. He's comfortable and happy with it.
He's not the hero that Waterdeep wants.
it's the one that they need.
He's the one that they need.
Yeah.
Right, and it ends with him standing on the Honorable Knight statue overlooking the city
And
dramatically.
and while everything else is going on for the next few minutes, I'm standing there silent reading, and then just all of a sudden, out of nowhere, oh, you hear from Scoot as I learn, and then I roll it up and stash it in the big holder.
So Zay, what do? You're holding like a chunk of face made of marble.
I take the chunk and I hold it up like where it would match up with my face, and I turn to Lark and I say, "Does this look familiar?"
Is it recognizably her face?
It looks eerily similar. Yeah, I mean it's got like the stone eyes, so it's kind of lifeless. But
Oh yeah.
Whoa, say that looks like your face.
Creepy, right?
Yeah, what
Cool.
was that? That's from the broken statue?
Broken. We'll fix it.
Wait, did you break the statue?
I did.
Oh, because it looked like you? Or are you like angry
No, I
about it?
approached it from behind, so now we'll never know.
I wonder if you break a statue, if it turns into your face, maybe.
Let's try it.
Okay. What's the next statue over?
the next statue is the floral dressed woman, kind of elven looking.
I feel they're so beautiful. I feel bad about breaking one. I'll break
I'm
one.
with you. This is a work of art.
Yeah, I don't.
No.
Right. That's okay.
Oh, unless
We don't need to smash more
This
stuff.
is
then.
smoke
you-
logic right here.
out of character, I'm saying you should trick me. It like Chunk in the attic
Yeah,
in
right.
Goonies.
Another movie reference.
Yeah, right. You can figure out a way to get Scoot to lean on or do something. He doesn't want to break them either, especially after the scolding about breaking the wall that we were standing on.
Ilka, since you're the only one that's not like fucking around with stuff in this room, you notice in your quietness and solitude, you hear a slight commotion coming from the side of the room opposite where everyone kind of piled in that hole. Mm-hmm. There seems to be like wooden paneling along this opposite side, and you hear some commotion from the other side, like maybe like hushed voices or movement. It's like they're very faintly, just for a moment.
I'm going to carefully step much closer to the wall and put my ear up against it.
Okay. And now you hear what sounds like a little skittering of feet, and then silence.
I'm gonna quickly make my lights go much brighter, and then all come over to me to try to get their attention, and then I'm going to point at the wall and hold up my finger to my lips.
Ah, that was right in my eyes.
I'm trying to read.
Are you like
Can I
pushing
get
over
that?
a statue right now?
Scoot, come over and lean on the statue for a second. Wait,
What's it
look,
doing?
Look at what? Wait, oh, she's saying shush. Quiet, everyone. Jeez.
What, Lark?
Shh.
What about the statue?
Surrounded by idiots.
So then it's dark in most of the room. And suddenly, Zay, next to you, you hear a soft voice say, "Why are you here?"
We're trying to... I'm weirdly, not creeped out by this at all. We're trying to find out more about the rats that live in our house.
I know.
Yeah. We were all there when we talked about it.
Yeah, this is our plan, Zay.
And the voice says, "Well, you've come to the right place." And this hunched form kind of walks out towards the light, where you all can see it, and it's one of the rats from up above. The one you recognize it as the one that faced off with you, Zay, where you told you just wanted to be friends and have peace. And it just kind of
It's so good to see you again.
just kind of looks at the four of you, and then its body kind of twists and warps for a second, and after maybe 10 seconds before you see what looks like a halfling with brown curly hair, and he's kind of looking at the four of you and says,
Dasher?
"You found the rats. That's my name. Yes. How did you know?"
What the? Does he look like the picture that his mom drew?
He does. Yeah.
Oh.
Dasher, we know your mom.
Much more worse for wear, kind of bruised and dirty.
She sent us looking for you.
I didn't know you were a were-rat.
Lycanthrope?
Surprise. You said my mom sent you for me?
Mm-hmm.
Look, I'm not going back there.
We understand.
But it would be really worthwhile to us if you did.
He says,
Dasher, can you...
"Am I not being clear? What's your name? What are your names? I'm sorry. I feel like this is kind of an uneven conversation right now."
Dasher, my name is Ilka.
Ilka?
I understand you don't want to go home, but can you tell us how you got here?
Mm-hmm. Is there somewhere more comfortable you'd like to share this story?
He says,
Do you
"I
need
live
me
here.
then?
This is my home now. I live here with my family. My real family."
Tell us more about how you came to be here.
Well, I guess it all started with, and then there's a kind of commotion from the wall behind you, and suddenly 3 more rats course in from the wall where you're standing, Ilka. And then they're followed by what looks like a white ferret that runs in, and the 4 of them warp and twist and turn into were creatures. 3 of them are were rats, and 1 is a were ferret, a were-it with white hair. And they're kind of standing at attention. They're very tense, ready to fight. And the were ferret says something in an animal kind of language, and Dasher just shakes his head and looks at it. It says, "No, they're all right. They're all right."
I sheath my weapons.
Mm-hmm. That they relax infinitesimally, a little bit, just a tiny bit. They just kind of watch you. But Dasher seems pretty relaxed. The other 4 seem very...
Dasher, is this your family?
This part of it, yeah. Yeah. Vaniel, come on. And the 4 of them... Well, the silver one changes into a slightly more humanoid form. And you recognize the face of this individual. He's still mostly rat-ish, but a little bit halfling-ish too. And he says, "Dasher, they don't belong here. Get them out." He's not even regarding you. He says, "Dasher, they're just here to take you back to your family." I don't know why we're even having this conversation.
People, Mr. Silver Guy.
Yeah, is that why you took our poster?
What? That was your poster?
Yeah.
Oh,
No shit.
I guess I didn't even think about it.
Look, you're adventurers. You're here for the money. You don't need to prove anything to me, okay? Just be real.
Yeah.
We saw what you were doing up in the Godcatcher, that was very noble, very high and mighty of you to go up there and save those people.
Thanks. Wait,
He nearly
I
died.
feel like you said that a little sarcastically, though.
Well, you're just here to take Dasher away. This isn't...
Not if you're his new family.
If the answer is that he doesn't want to go home, that's at least an answer. We can at least tell his mom that he's not dead and that she won't see him again. But then
unless you prefer,
it's better than her.
You're dead and she won't see you again.
It's better that she have some answer.
He says, tell you what, if you're in with my mother, if you just tell her that I've left the city, that I'm gone, and that there's no sign of me here. And tell everyone that. Tell everyone, all your contacts. Tell any Zentrum agents that you might know. Tell the Harpers, anyone, please, that Dasher Zuber has left Waterdeep. I think you have enough sway that would do the trick and maybe get her off my back.
Why? Why do you want people to think you're not here?
Because I don't want to go back to that place anymore. I want to stay with my real family.
Is it bad with the country Zubers?
Well, it wasn't good.
Okay.
I mean, you know what it's like.
Yeah, I do. But you could go back and just say, like, have a conversation with your mom and say, you know what, I really like being in Waterdeep. I'm okay. I'll come back every other Thursday for dinner.
And Vaniel speaks kind of over you as you're saying that.
Okay.
Vaniel seems a little bit like paranoid or kind of like intense. And Dasher seems to be taking a lot of cues from him, like looking to him for approval or for, advice as the conversation goes on. And Vaniel says, no, that's not going to work, Dasher. You know that she'll come looking for us. She won't leave you alone. There'll be questions. There'll be investigators. They already sent these ones.
Does she know that you're like this? Does she know about this rat family?
No, are you kidding? She'd have us hunted down. She'd want me to change back somehow. I don't even know if I can.
How long have you had this blessing?
Oh, couple of weeks now, at least.
Oh, only a couple of weeks. Interesting.
Yeah.
So what causes it? What? I assumed that you had always been this way.
No. We just.
Did you choose?
Yes, I these are my friends, these are my family, and I just decided to, really commit a couple of weeks ago. But we've always been together. We've always spent time together. I want to be with them. Vaniel, Kittle, Bixby. And they all kind of nod.
I'm writing down Kittle and Bixby.
Me too.
Are you friends with the rats who have been in and around Trollskull Manor?
I think they might be.
Oh, and they all kind of look at each other when they say that, and they say, "Oh."
What
They say, "Look, we don't like to talk about work."
Work?
Who do you work for?
Vaniel's just glares at Dasher. He says, "That's none of your business."
It kind of is because you're eating all of our food.
No, that's really none of your business. You need to stop asking questions.
It is our business. You are eating our business.
Yeah, like we're trying to start a restaurant, but we can't because our food keeps getting eaten.
If there's some kind of an arrangement we can work out, maybe we could find that. But right now, our food just goes missing.
Roll the persuasions. This is a persuasion-heavy episode.
19.
14.
Dasher says, or Vaniel says, "Look, we have a contract in place to do what we're doing, and we have to go back on that contract. That's not what we do. We're a legitimate business venture. We are the Shard Shunners.
Shard Shunners.
What does that mean?
It's our gang, man.
What?
And they all kind of flash these tattoos they have on their palms. It's like a paw. It's like a paw on top of their paw.
Are you working for Froon?
And they all kind of look at each other and are like, oh. Asher's like, yeah, okay, fine. Look, Vaniel, I'm sorry. Yeah, that guy's an asshole, but he's paying us to fuck with your manor, okay?
How much is he paying you?
Not enough. Like 50 gold a night.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
I mean, it's a lot, but this is an illegal venture.
So he really is our business.
It really is.
Let's go poke Froon in the eye. How much money does that guy have?
How does he have money? He
He's
has
not
an
making
unsuccessful
any money.
tavern.
Yeah. Bruce Froon.
And Vaniel kind of steps forward and he's like, all right, well, since everything's on the table, let's put it this way. I think he's borrowing money. I don't think he's long for this business. I mean, if this was his best idea to bring your tavern down, I think that speaks for itself. But it was good money.
And so, and he says, your contract is that you just have to mess with our tavern, or is it like there's some specific...
make it seem like it's infested.
I see.
So people won't want to...
Mm-hmm. I think there's further steps that he has in this plan, but that's as much as he told us.
Okay.
Well, we'll complain loudly about all the damage you're doing in the streets if you'll leave us alone, and then he can keep paying you.
And at that, Vaniel like grins and he's like, well, all right.
My heart flutters a little.
As long as we're speaking that language. Yeah, that sounds like a fair arrangement. You know what? But if your business keeps booming, something's going to have to come to a head at some point.
Well,
but at least
we'll
now
be
we have this
rat
understanding.
cafe.
Haunted rat cafe. See,
We can maybe just stick to one gimmick. Just one gimmick.
Yeah.
Dasher says, "We'll tell you what. We already have some money from Froon, and I have my own money from my family. If I give you 100 gold pieces to go back and tell my mom that I'm gone, would that do the trick? Would that seal the deal?"
It's what can we tell her that she will know the message is
To stop looking.
legitimate? That she'll know that we aren't just making it up.
I don't know. She might keep looking. He says, Yeah, I'll write a letter, but...
Like, we could hand deliver a letter, or... I don't know.
Sure, alright, well, here. He walks back to the door behind his friends and pulls a little lever that's in the wood. And this whole latch kind of swings open, and beyond you see a hallway leading towards the hole-in-the-wall tavern. It's kind of like a back room. Like an actual hole in the wall in the hole in the wall.
Nice.
And he goes out and grabs some writing implements and starts writing a letter. Comes back and starts writing a letter. And he gives it to you. And it's just a very short letter saying, "Mom, I'm leaving," basically.
And signed?
With a signature. Yep.
Do you have I suppose the signature would be fine. Okay. Great.
All right.
All right.
Lurk takes it for safekeeping.
Yep. I'll put the letter in my inventory.
Cool.
Well, it was really nice to meet you, Dasher.
Likewise.
Really
Likewise. I really hope this works out.
I'm sorry about the poster.
Wait, what happened to that poster?
It's hanging up in our place. You can have it back.
Or you can just come see it whenever you want.
Yeah, just
Come
come
visit.
hang
I
out.
kind of like
at
it
the
back.
tavern.
Sorry, I'm a really big fan.
Yeah. It got a tiny little crinkle in the corner. I apologize. I know. I felt really bad about it too.
Oh, he looks like he's gonna puke.
Well, it fell off the god catcher.
That's what happened. As you all passed through, we thought you were gonna come back, but then you just disappeared.
Yeah.
Did you notice? Did the captives come past you?
Yeah, they did. They did.
Okay.
Yep.
Have you noticed any further captives being brought up to that
No,
room?
the place has been empty ever since.
Great.
Do you see anyone who looks like me?
No.
Can you tell me more about how you got this blessing? How you joined your family? Like, how do you become a were-rat?
He says, well, Bigsby was actually the first one of all of us. And Bigsby, how did you do it? And Bigsby just furrows his brows and doesn't say anything. And Vaniel, because you're different, Vaniel, and Vaniel, they don't want to talk about it. They both just kind of nod and look at you and act all stoic and say, like, this is our secret. And then Dasher's like,
Because
looks
which
at Lark
one
and says,
of you bit Lark?
You were bitten a few times back there.
Yeah.
You should have that checked unless you want to end up like this.
Whoa.
It's kind of contagious.
It's okay. All right.
Yep, it's a curse. So, yeah, maybe somebody
We have an apothecary friend.
talk to her.
Where should we tell your mom that you've gone to?
Oh, man, that's a tough question.
Do you have relatives across the sea?
Well,
We could say we don't know.
there are Zubers in Neverwinter. I could say I was going to visit them, but then she'd probably check with them.
She's going to ask us. What are we going to say?
The
Maybe
letters.
just tell her I didn't tell you. Tell her that I left it ambiguous.
Okay. Great. Stop by and get the poster anytime.
I will.
Also, I noticed that you're serving the delicious stout fellow wine at the hole in the wall.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's great, isn't it? God, it's so
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. We could possibly get you a deal on Stout Fellow wine. Like 10% off.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
And this Vaniel perks up and he's like, man, who are you people?
We're SWOJ.
Oh. Yes, please. You know, we're paying a flat rate right now and everybody wants it. We're always running out, so anything you have.
Yeah, we'd be happy to go into business with such an
Assuming the
upstanding
stuff fellows
family.
want to cut secondary
Yeah,
sugar.
why are we
interested
business
in that?
partners?
We're gonna undercut your
Yeah.
distributor fee.
Oh, that's a good point. Maybe we don't want to do that to the Stout Fellows.
I'm fine with it.
Yeah, I'd love to introduce competition to our business. That would be sweet.
We're in
if
separate-
we could do that.
We're in separate parts of town. It'll be fine.
Yeah, aren't they in the Castle Ward and we're in the North Ward?
They're in the sea. Well, yeah, it's like the Sea Ward and Castle Ward border.
Sea Ward, okay.
Dasher, it's been a delight to meet you, and even though you're not going home, we're glad you're alive and with family.
Yeah, you too.
Lanielle,
I'm
it
really
was
glad we could kind of come clean about this. It was weighing on me.
it's nice to see you again, Lanielle.
Vaniel just kind of looks at you casually. Then he turns around and his cohort, they all walk back into the bar. They turn back into halflings all the way and just kind of walk in. Close the door behind them. And Dasher kind of like grins at you and nods and then follows them. He rat forms under the door and then pops up it. Yep.
All right.
All right.
I take that issue of Ratman and say, I found this in my bag of holding, and put it back.
Aw.
And then say sorry about the door and left.
And the statue.
Yeah.
Should we bring the apparatus back to Grinda?
Probably.
Yeah.
It's been a couple days now.
Maybe see if we can find Zelitharn.
Did you want to keep anything about that statue? Like, is that
Oh shoot! I meant to ask them. Now they're gone.
okay?
Yeah, here. I hand Scoot the statue part
Piece of your face.
Okay.
to put in the bag.
On your way out of the hole in the wall, before you go, Dasher peeks back under the hole from the main part of the tavern and pushes a small bag filled with gold, about 100 gold coins worth. And you hear a soft, thank you.
How much does a bag of 100 gold weigh?
Substantial amount.
I haven't been doing any encumbrance calculations, so
I'm just thinking, is he like Ant-Man?
No, they're pretty small coins, actually. I think it's not as heavy as it sounds.
Okay.
Yeah,
100 gold. Thanks, Dasher.
that's it.
So
Can you
now
make your way
I
back
have
to the
eight gold.
apparatus?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, what do you do with it?
Climb inside it and
Does it look like when we left it? I mean, nothing's been tampered with or anything like that.
I think it might have been tampered with a little bit. Like there's somebody's definitely been like fucking with it. Like there's like rat fur and all kinds of stuff. But it hasn't moved, so
Somebody brought rat fur here.
you're gonna head on up and open the door.
sure, yeah, it seems to work the same way as before, so it's easy to get it running again.
Do we have to push it into the water?
No, it has legs, so it can actually crawl back.
Well, let's get inside this thing and take it back.
Does
Yeah.
it smell of wet dog?
It smells like wet rat
Wet rat?
and wet scoot.
Yeah.
Is that still an orky smell or more on the dolphin end now?
I guess it was more orky at that point.
Orcafin.
Yeah. Yep.
Do you want to try to say hi to the dragon before we
I
on our way back?
think we could probably have no control over that.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, let's head back to Mist Shore
Sure.
and see if we find him along the
You
way.
make your way, episode 1 style, through the tunnels, down to Deepwater Harbor, and you don't see any sign of Zelitharn. It's just it's daytime, the sun is shining, and he seems to be retired or elsewhere. So it's just you see the eye catcher off in the distance by the Sea Maiden's Fair, and then closer to where you came out is Mist Shore and the lighthouse where Grinda lives. Are you heading that way?
Navigate directly to the lighthouse.
And as you approach it, the portal opens up, the two doors, and you're able to dock it. And Grinda comes running to you and is like, "My baby! Oh, you're back! Oh, what did you do?" And she looks at you, Ilka.
It's a very long story.
We killed 3 scarecrows.
That's true. We discovered the person who borrowed this from you was not me.
Are you deflecting? Anton, check the ship! And the rat appears on her shoulder and then appears appears inside the thing and starts crawling around you. Her little talking rat friend. Not a were-rat, so to speak.
Of course.
But yes. Rat-heavy episode. So, what else do you say?
No, there is someone who is borrowing my image and impersonating me. That is the person who rented this from you first thing in the morning.
Like a doppelganger or something?
Yeah. We suspect.
Oh, no,
She
more.
tried to kill Lark.
Oh.
More?
Haven't you heard? There's rumors.
What?
Rumors, yes, but...
Yeah, someone told us about that. Stagget?
Or Olcoria. I think
Yeah, it was
Olcoria.
Olcoria.
Yeah.
What have you heard about it?
Well, I don't like to spread rumors, but I've heard that in the castle ward they're impersonating nobility. A whole group of them. A cloister of doppelgangers. That's what they're called in plural.
Cloister and doppelgangers.
Like flumps.
Ilka, are you noble?
Technically, at least I was in the first life. I don't know how much of that carries through, but I really didn't leave things on great terms with the family, so if I could avoid them forever, that'd be great.
Forever.
Yep.
Done. 100 gold pieces. We'll send a letter.
Not like that.
Just
Nope,
kidding. I'm
definitely
totally
not like that.
Ilka says she's dead and she's not coming back. Signed SWOJ.
Grinda, did she give you guys a price when you rented the thing?
Well, she gave it to us as a favor because she was wearing...
because your friends have...
Yeah, she likes...
Yeah, didn't I give her
Sardaz's
a feather
sash.
or something?
Yeah, it
or
was like a sash or a handkerchief or something.
Yeah, it was his handkerchief. Plus, you guys helped save her in the sewers. That's right. So she leans in and says, "Well, I've read the papers. You know, I heard that there was more going on in the farming area, the Undercliff. Goddamn Undercliff. And I'm willing to, as long as my baby is all right. There's no permanent damage. There isn't, is there?"
I do a little... to sort of show that it's...
Oh, it's very nice.
Yeah.
She says, "Then I won't be in touch."
Great. Thanks for letting us use your robot spider. It was cool.
Certainly.
Do you know anything about blood curses? And curing them?
I do not!
Okay, thanks.
What would you take me for? I'm a treasure hunter, not a witch or a...
I just...
Necromancer.
You're so wise.
Well, that's very kind of you. Very on-the-nose question.
You look like a problem solver.
You SWOJ folks don't fuck around, do you?
Anything else on your quest list you want to go ahead and get a hit off of? Do you have the Stone of Galore?
What was that?
She does!
So is the Lord.
Never heard of that. Galore rings a bell. Strange that you should mention that. I was just reading over some old records, and I was studying underwater creatures. You know, it's sort of my passion. And I read about a group of aboleths. You know what an aboleth is?
No.
They're these serpentine underwater behemoths, leviathans, so to speak. They swim underwater, and they're very intelligent. They're as old as time. They remember everything that they encounter. And they often have long schemes, long plans in their own self-interest. And Galore was the name of one such of aboleth that I read about. Yes.
They're never made of metal, are they?
Not that I'm aware of, no.
Never mind.
No, they're sort of, aberrations of nature. They don't follow the natural order of things. They have many eyes, big mouths, tentacles,
Many eyes.
sort of like squid.
And
Creepy.
serpentine.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thanks a lot. It was nice to see you again.
On that note, I'll just pretend that this was a normal morning. Yes,
Yeah.
thank you.
That would be best.
We get that a lot.
Well, goodbye then.
Goodbye.
And she closes the door. Before they stand outside. What's your next destination?
We could take that letter back to Dasher's mother.
Oh, like on our way home?
Yeah.
Maybe like an hour and a half trip or so.
Sure. We need to... Terry is not with us.
Right, you're on foot right now, in fact.
We are a
But
long
I have
way.
I have Pinker's sending stone, and Terry still has his, so we could call him. It's just he's having difficulty moving.
Yeah, if you want to.
Yeah.
So you call Terry up. You have about an hour to just, I don't know, get dinner or something, go to the bathroom. It's been a while for you guys.
Right.
And Terry shows up, and you're able to, as you're riding back through town, you're taking the southern gate this time around to get up to the Stoutfellow farm and the Zuber farm vineyards. And you make it back to Blossom. And what do you tell her? You just give her the letter and...
Money, please.
What? You said please.
said the reward was for my
We-
son, not for a letter.
We encountered your son. We asked if he would come home. He said no, and he wrote you this letter.
Well, thank you for delivering it. She reads it over really quickly, and she doesn't seem to totally buy it. She says, that'll be enough for now, I think. Thank you. I can't pay you for this. I can't even verify it.
It's
The
his
signature looks real, but I can't verify it.
Well,
If
you
I
can
take
have
to
it
an-
magically
I can take it to
verified.
an expert, exactly,
Yeah.
and see that. But I can give you this as a reward for now, for your efforts. And she holds out this like really gaudy looking gift box with like clear plastic paneling in front, and inside of it is this wine goblet with like a spiraling pattern around it.
I hate spirals.
She says
It's
this is a new piece of technology we're working on called the Gravity Goblet. It's not on our shelves yet, so I just thought maybe I'd prototype it with you all.
How does it work?
Well, take a drink from it and find out.
I do.
So she pours you a bottle of wine, and the glass, you notice as you switch it around, it flows the opposite direction of what gravity would have it do. So as you tilt it one way, the wine flows the other way. And you try to drink from it, you have to like, since you know what's going on as you play with it, you have to like carefully space it out because the wine curves up the top of the glass and then pours off the top of it into your mouth. So you have to kind of like space it out to get it in your mouth.
Interesting.
She says it's great for parties. We're thinking it's going to be a huge hit. Really get this Uber name back out there after those stout fellows
Yeah,
try to push us out.
it's wacky.
It is.
Well, drunk patrons may struggle with it, but from an aeration standpoint, it is brilliantly getting more air into the wine.
Exactly.
This
one
might
understands.
appeal more at a tasting dinner than a drunken brawl.
It's good feedback.
Are you looking for a job?
Solid right now. Thanks, though.
Sure.
So I will say that we don't know where Dasher was going. We tried to get the location for you. He would not give it to us. So we did ask.
She says, I believe you. I'm going to keep looking for him, though. So,
Yeah, I don't know where to tell you to look. Anyway,
Well-
we're sorry that we couldn't bring him back.
well,
Start
thank
by
you
asking
for at
at
least
the
coming back
gates.
and letting me know.
Yeah,
You seem like good people. I'm sorry for all the trouble I caused.
it's okay.
I genuinely am.
Thank you.
Have you heard anything more from that tiefling agent?
She says, no, but I did just receive this invitation to a soiree later this week. Another one at the Castellanter Villa, so it'll be in 5 days. Maybe I can learn more then.
Could we have the invitation? Is it specifically for you?
It's for 2 people, so you could have it.
Yeah, we could like stand on each other's shoulders and put a long coat over.
But yes, I suppose I could make the arrangements, let them know that you're taking my place.
That would be great. That would be super helpful for us to be able to figure out what's happening.
Sure. And she says, that seems very fair. I didn't really want to go anyways. I feel very uncomfortable in these things, and I let the city Zubers take care of that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So here.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Yes.
That's in 5 days?
Yes. Fantasy Friday.
Fantasy Friday. All right.
I already have ideas.
You said you have IDs?
Ideas.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
All right, should we head back to the manor?
Yeah. So you all peace out, and unless you want to do something else, anyone. You roll back up. It's now later evening. The manor is somewhat quieter. Many of the members of the Seaplum crew have left to find other places to stay. But there are a few still hanging around. Pog is still hanging around. Leah's gone, but Renair seems to have taken it somewhere upstairs for the night. And as you approach the place, you come up to the door, and Terry pulls up, and there's a messenger waiting for you wearing Castellanter livery, and you recognize him from the docks ward.
Uh-oh. That guy again?
Friend!
And he just does a warding gesture towards you, like waves his hands in front of him, and he's like, "Don't even try. I've reported your activity to a magister,
Me too!
and
We're good now.
And he just looks defeated, so frustrated. He's like, of course. You... Okay. I'm here to deliver a message on behalf of House Wavesilver. Lark Wavesilver?
Yes, that's me.
Here.
Thank you.
And this is a similar invitation, actually.
Oh, okay.
It has the Castellanter seal on it. And it's inviting you and one guest to a soiree this Friday at the Castellanter. You and one guest, due to your heroic activity as SWOJ, you're welcome to the finest of entertainment and a dance at the Castellanter Villa this Friday.
That's awesome.
In the
But
Seaboard.
SWOJ is a 4-member crime-fighting, mystery-solving team. I could actually use a +3.
He says, I'm sorry, I'm just the messenger. And he's like, I'm leaving now. And he takes off.
Okay, great. I show everybody if they didn't hear.
So we have 4 invites now.
I guess, yeah.
Right.
Oh, I can't wait for Fantasy Friday.
Who am I going to get to go in my place? Terry!
Hey!
Terry, are you ready for a party? I'm going to take over the cart for an evening.
And you think Terry's gonna take over you for the evening?
Nope.
Dun, 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 dun.